This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. Yeah, a little delay there, a little delay. Let's see. Yeah, there's people saying that, she possibly made contact with family member from a hotel. I don't know if it's true. The source that it came from is pretty dicey. Now we'll have to see, though. We'll have to see. Right. I'm sure he did, Bruno. I'm sure he did. So we were going to go listen to Broadcastify at some point. Not sure when. I got other stuff to do. Let's see. I'm going to go get it ready, though. Yeah, there's 1300 Hoover, and here we go. So what I'm going to do not really quick is, does anybody know what time? Like it's the 6:51? Well, 6:51 is, that's, okay, so that one's already out there. Okay, let's do it. Oh, shit. God damn. Have to log in first. I almost spent $250 to get the original surveillance footage, but I said, that's ridiculous. That's what they're charging for the historical surveillance footage. I gotta keep moving. You don't need to keep sending me. Oh man, oh my god. Let me get going here. Okay, yeah, just let me do it. Alright, I know what I'm doing. Scanner. Just a second. Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's crazy. I've already got all this stuff. Okay. Just a second. This just all came right at the end. I spent like an hour and a half doing something. Trying to get the to show that surveillance in a different way, but it almost seems like moot at this point. Alright, just a second. Yeah, it's going to take me a little bit, you guys. Feel free to go watch something else. I have to do some other shit and I don't know what to tell you. I gotta get this. Gotta go look something up. Gotta go find a password. Gotta go do everything else. It is absolutely ridiculous. They must have ran out of. There it is. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and have to go all the way back. Ridiculous. United States, Alabama, Jefferson, Hoover. Okay, now it's allowing me to do it.
Sure.
That's 650. Are you sure it's at the 651 that we're doing? You guys? Hey, thanks, Claudia Neubauer. Yeah, anyways, before we get to that, though, I was going to show you guys something that was pretty cool. You know, in that surveillance footage, I was sitting around thinking, what if I removed just the part where it flashed every time? Because it's meaningless for us, really. So I got rid of all the frames where it's flashing, and man, everything looks so much better. It's crazy. Watch this. You know, probably irrelevant at this point, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like. There we go. This is the part where it pulls in. So check it out. Watch right now. Nothing. Then look at the door opens. You can see it really easy. The person walks right around there, stares. It's quicker. Stands right there. I mean. But look how simple it is to see the person. The door opens. Right there. See that? And you get rid of all the flashing. It's easy to see. Look at door opens. Person gets out. Walks around the back. Stands there. That was an error, that part right there, but and look, you can just see him standing there. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, it was like, oh wow, yeah, so much simpler. And then it looked like they moved to right there and went back that direction. Now we don't. Apparently, she's at some. Let's go try to listen right now to the scanner. But man, I spent like an hour and some odd minutes doing that. And yeah, maybe they bent down. Who knows? You know, doesn't really matter if they bent down or not. But yeah. Let's see. But could you guys see that a lot better just watching that? I'm just curious because when I was looking at it, I was like, oh god, yeah, that's simple. Because your eye doesn't get distracted by the continual flash that you get. So just a second, I'm going to put the scanner in here, and then I'm going to do what I do here, right in here, and do the where is it? Special. Ah, Jesus. Just a second. Amplify. Fading. Yeah, it's weird. I can't find it all of a sudden. They switched to a new version of this. Oh, there it is. Truncate silence right there. Oh, here we go. So there you go. Now it's a really short. Really, can you guys even see that? Hold on. Yeah, right there. It's a really short audio clip now compared to what it was. It's only 6 minutes.
437. 37. RF's going to be en route to the MAPCO. She's going to advise when she gets here to do the report first since she has physical injuries. Uniform. You can hold me 10 for now.
Dispatch to 754, unclassified complaint.
754.
754, unclassified complaint, 1466 Montgomery Highway at the Red Roof Inn. The front office, per caller, family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carlee Russell. 754, family members are saying they received a call from the female saying she was at this location.
754 en route.
Oh, there you go.
760, 1851.
We'll do that again.
In the front office, per caller, family members at this location saying they're in the front office, per caller, family members at this location saying they're in the front office.
Oh, sorry. It's going to keep repeating because of this stupid thing that happened right here. Hold on. There we go.
In the front office.
Hold on. I'm just going to start over. Forgot which one it was in now. It was in the truncate silence. There it is.
Complaint.
754.
754, unclassified complaint, 1466 Montgomery Highway at the Red Roof Inn. The front office, per caller, family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carlee Russell. 754, family members are saying they received a call from the female saying she was at this location.
110 verbal. Yeah, for copy on 1 party 61. 1 party.
754, family members are saying they received a call from the female saying she was at this location.
754 en route.
760, 1851.
32, be advised, the child's now in the area of 3582 currently. The Red Roof.
52, 1852.
26 of the responding units. I just spoke with the front desk clerk. They said that the family is not being hostile or anything like that, but that there was about 6 carloads of people that have just shown up over there.
5-4 copy. Did the front desk have anybody checked in under that name? She gets her to do the report first since she has physical injuries. Uniform.
I'm rewinding it again.
You can hold me 10 for now.
I want to hear this.
Dispatch to 754, unclassified complaint.
754.
754, unclassified complaint, 1466 Montgomery Highway at the Red Roof Inn. The front office, per caller, family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carlee Russell. 754, family members are saying they received a call from the female saying she was at this location.
754 en route.
760, 1851.
32, be advised, the child's now in the area of 3582 currently. The Red Roof.
52, 1852.
26 of the responding units. I just spoke with the front desk clerk. They said that the family is not being hostile or anything like that, but that there was about 6 carloads of people that have just shown up over there.
5-4 copy. Did the front desk have anybody checked in under that name?
Negative, and according to the front desk, the message that the family got did not state which Red Roof Inn. They don't know if it's going to be Vestavia or another location.
thank you.
52 and 5844 are on scene at Red Roof.
752, 754, 1853.
44 on all the Red Roof.
744, 1853.
34 and 40 for 38.
40.
Beacon Spain, 2531 John Hawkins for an 8 p.m. drive-through activation.
5-4 on scene.
35. I'm in service and out at the Red Roof.
32.
They're stating it's not true, but it's on a scanner?
Kid's 12 years old, and he's headed back home.
735, 754, 1856.
438, 1070. 438. 150 in Beardock Place.
Yeah, but we're listening to a scanner audio.
387 Bravo Charlie 0. Black Acura TL unknown occupants. 38-hour updated location is going to be 150 in Stadium Tree.
But you're saying this isn't real, this thing we're listening to?
33, 1070.
33.
I'm in the courtyard by Marriott. 88, Bravo Delta 8.
5 miles.
Green Honda Pilot 2 times. I think it's switched.
32. Can you back up 38? 39, 42.
I don't believe the child part of the story whatsoever. I think she
42,
intentionally left.
38.
Unfortunately, that's what I think.
10 up 38. Copy 1072. Your register, Your Honor. Tiffany Lawson. Showing a 109 mic with Bessemer.
Oh, if JB tweeted it, man, it must be real. He's the greatest.
40.
40.
Yeah, maybe that one particular one. How about the other ones?
433. It has been probably beautifully actually showing on a 2000 blue Ford Ranger pickup to Jordan Pope of Helena.
Yeah.
Several.
You can cancel any other units.
Yeah, 431 copy. 431, you copy?
063 for Navy J.
063.
EMC Patton Creek until about 1:30.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
760 on scene at Red Roof.
For callers, family members at this location saying they
he's got a
received
cool
a call
theme
from the
to him.
female that's
Wow.
missing, Carlee Russell. 754, family members are saying they received a call from the female saying she was at...
Okay, so family members said they received a call from the female. So maybe she's moved since then, but, you know, sounds like they got a call. The family said they did.
She gets her to do the report person since she has physical injuries. Yeah. You can hold me 10 for now.
Dispatch to 7...
Yeah, look at let's go back to this part, okay? We can sit there and just keep listening to that over and over and over again. Just so the video. I went out to the website. I was going to buy. I was hoping to be able to buy it. If it was like $10, $20, I would have got it. But they were going to charge $250 for an hour of a camera filming the road. You know, it's like, that's insane, okay? Oh, and they have a cart, too, so if you wanted 3 clips, it was $750. Ridiculous. Now, if it was some huge, you know, something like, I don't know, like a case where it was a make-or-break thing where it would show some sort of a moment of clarity in a different case, but we already have surveillance here. Like, maybe it's not the clearest version of it, but... Alright, so let's see. This is what and by the way, there's this guy put a tweet out there and said, oh, look at, there's a ATV in the woods. But look at right here, see this light, these 2 lights right here? Is that a double alien spacecraft coming down the highway? Or does it mimic exactly what her car is doing when it's blinking? Guess why, everybody? Because it's reflecting on the actual lens itself of the camera filming the road. But boy, it was sure sleuthy to say that there was a car in the middle of the woods. Alright, an ATV, I guess. Yeah, so anyways, when it pulls over, hey, thanks, the Velvet Army. Did you ever randomly... I got another batch of notebooks to give out now. I have to rewrite yours. I'll try to recapture the... whatever it was. There we go. Okay, so what I thought would be interesting, as I said earlier, would be to remove... See how it flashes like all the time? Dang, 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 dang. But if you remove the flashing, you might get a clearer view, and your brain will be able to see things better. Alright, so watch this. I remove the flashing on here. And just watch how easy it is to see that person walking around now. I mean, it's just... That's her, right? So she's walking around. You can almost tell it's female. The way her legs are right together, standing there. What are you saying, Gray? That women... Well, a little more often than guys do. Well, Gray, that's not fair. You're being... Okay. Alright, so you see that? Look it. Crystal clear. Now, right there, maybe they're opening the other door and bending into it. Don't really know. Cars going by. There's a couple frames that I screwed up on. And the person's standing right in there. Still in the lights. A lot of lights going on. Looks like they're right over here. And, you know, there's stuff moving around over there. It looked like, but... And then I don't know what that is. I mean, it almost looks like fireworks. So now it's back. I didn't get done with it. Because I didn't have time, you know. But you got to admit that's pretty super chat worthy, don't you think? Spending all that time making the yeah, I mean that's pretty good. I don't think anybody else will take the time to do that. I spent like an hour and a half removing each one of those. And then I still got more. I mean, I had, you know, you got a picture. There's one flash every third of a second. So you've got to sit there and you got a video that's 4 minutes long. Wow, you got a lot to do there. That's all it was worth, K-Me? Jesus, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely see it. Thanks, Cindy J. Georgina Stoliker plays on the... Yeah, I told 8675309 I was going to do it. And yeah, it's like... couldn't believe it how much better that is. So if you guys want, I could spend a few minutes doing that, but what do you guys want to do here? I was going to do opening, you know, it's kind of just threw a wrench in. I don't know what's going on right now. It sounds like they found her, maybe in a Red Roof hotel somewhere, or maybe she was there and then moved. How did she contact home? Did she use somebody else's cell phone? How did that come about? Thank you, Carlee Gal 3. Yeah, I don't care. If the family said no, how did it get reported to the dispatch that the family called? Well, somebody said there was a scanner of it. I mean, listen, everybody. I mean, we have ears. We can hear it. It's weird. I know it's.
She gets her to do the report first since she has physical injuries.
Let me make this louder. It's being way loud, but let's see.
Dispatch to 754 unclassified complaint.
754.
754, unclassified complaint, 1466 Montgomery Highway at the Red Roof Inn. The front office, per caller, family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carlee Russell.
Oh, I see. So the family went to the Red Roof Inn and said they received a phone call from her, but she's not there, okay? So she hasn't been located yet, but it sounds like she's alive and moving about. Does that make sense to everybody? Pictures of what, Nellie? I don't need to see pictures of the family saying. So I think what it means is that they've heard from her, but they're not found. Or I mean a prank? You think it's a prank in there? That'd be crazy. Okay. This whole case just sounds ridiculous to me at this point. You know, I got to be honest with you. The whole thing, it's just this dumb, just ridiculous sort of, you know, it was sort of interesting, and now it's just turned into a shit show, right up there with some of the best of them that we've covered. Really, the dispatch is reporting nonsensical information that never happened. Yeah, I don't know. These aren't the ones that are like it's fun to try to put together. Too much just random crap. Hey, thank you so much, Teresa Murray. No, we don't know, Supernova. How do we know that? So let's listen to it again. So what they're saying is families there saying, yeah, I think it's something like that, Kubi. That's what I was saying on the previous show. I think she took off and, you know, we don't know where she went. Maybe she did call at one time. Or maybe she went to go meet somebody and they turned out to be weird or whatever. I just don't see anything going on in the camera. I do see a magical orb flying though.
Dispatch to 754, unclassified.
Those are not ATV lights, Rainbow. If I hear one more person say that, I'm going to lose my a gasket. That's not an ATV. All right? I'm just letting you know. It's not an ATV. And for, let's just say randomly, it was an ATV. It's not even going in the right direction at the right time. Okay? Do you get it? There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put this this other one out here. I'm going to show you what you guys are talking about. Watch, I'll show you in a second. There it is. They're claiming this light right there is an ATV. And yet it's blinking. You want to know what it is, you guys? It's this vehicle right here. See this vehicle? How come people just can't see that? I mean, look at, just watch for a second, everybody. That's not an ATV. Nerdy Attic, I think, intentionally tried to pretend it was something, because if you just watch the video, you can see it, okay? Unless he's not the one who created it, he was just sharing it. All right, I'm going to show you this right here. I've said this on my previous show. Thank you, Booberry. Watch this. This ATV and this car on the road decided to turn their blinking things on at the same time. It's amazing. Watch this. Here we go. Bing, bing. Look at this car right here. Ding, 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 ding. They were like buddies. Oh, and then as soon as it got away, oh, and then the light went off. Oh, wow. That's weird. See, where it came from was the actual reflection off of the light. You see what I'm saying? This is why we're into the Kanika Jenkins realm. Just from fantastical sightings on video, okay? Well, don't worry about it, Rainbow. You give me an in to say something about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just teasing you. But also look at the beginning when she pulls in. Watch this. See that light over there? Watch this. That light right there is a reflection on the lens itself of her car. Or we can say, look at that, there's two orbs going towards her Alien spacecraft. Then it crashed into it. Oh my God, did you guys see that? Yeah, no, it's not. It was just a reflection off of the blinking lights. All right? So. Hey, listen, if you guys want to, if you're out there and you're just not sure about something when it's like this, come over to this channel and you'll get to see the reality of it. I've been doing this for years. I mean, when I say years, I mean like 10. Okay? I know what I'm looking at, like 99.9% of the time, even to the frustration of people who wish it was something else. Hey, look at the person named MH. Are you part of the Long Island serial killer realm? Wait, that was WH. Never mind. Sorry. I think the other side was HM or something. Yeah, I think it is. Forget it. I see that now. It's refreshing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Yeah. The sad part is true crime, if you do it factually, isn't quite as interesting as the other channels turn it into. You get what I'm saying? They make it interesting. By, ooh, look at this, Is that an ATV in the woods? Well, first of all, let's just say it was an ATV in the woods. Watch this. There it is. She hasn't even got out of the car yet. So it drove away without anybody. Yay! It has nothing to do with anything. Now the one mentioned, I don't see anyone pull up. Most likely sex trafficking. Should we turn the scanner on just sort of live or what? What do you guys think? I can download the next one if you want. Let me refresh this page here. Yeah, so now the 720 one's on there. Okay. Got that. So maybe we should finish listening to this one, see what's up.
2000 blue Ford Ranger pickup to Jordan Pope of Helena.
Several. You can cancel any other units.
Yeah, for 31 copy.
Yeah, we already said that, Snatch. So people who are saying that got it from my show earlier in the day, okay? What I was saying on the show earlier in the day was, on the camera here, I said this literally, 15 times on the show if you were listening, that it starts putting on, she starts putting on the hazard lights way back here. Drives about over a third of a mile, like a 4/10 of a mile on camera. So she might have had it on before that, and then pulls over here. And then we were talking about this little baby must be the world championship sprinter because they were able to get there and then all of a sudden something happened. Okay, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you turn on your hazard lights back here for a baby that's a toddler that's over in this area? You wouldn't even know it unless you did a loop. Now you could have went over here, turned around, went around like this, then turned around over in this area, and then drove back knowing that there was a toddler, and then you put your hazard lights on and then catch up to the toddler. Okay? But we don't have any indication that she did a loop over here. We don't have any indication of that at all. We don't know if she looped, Miguel. I just said that, Miguel. Oh my God, are you guys kidding? Are you kidding me? I'm saying loop. You don't need to type in and parrot what I say, you guys. Please, just listen instead. Parroting is just weird. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
757 direct control.
Okay, so anyways,
757.
then there's no other car sitting there on the side of the road.
Boulder Lake Circle. You can show me in service.
There's no other car on the side of the road. She gets out of her car, and nobody went across this way, so therefore the person would have had to go this way. Through the woods right there.
757, 1921.
It's just unreal. Loop. He went on a loop. But great. That's right. Yeah, earlier you were saying the family didn't get a call. Sort of threw me off. Huh? I didn't say that. Yeah, nobody knows what you're talking about. Are you talking about at Yep? Who's at Yep? I don't even know who that is. Okay, now, somebody named Catering Wench just signed up. I'm not calling that person a catering wench. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that still doesn't make sense. And she's not 60. She's... if she was 60 and driving forward, how would she catch up to the how would the toddler catch up to her? People said that she was talking to the toddler. And she wasn't driving 60 miles an hour. She went really slow, okay? You can see it on the camera. She could have pulled over at any time but didn't. She was already in the other lane. So let's not see, don't make up stuff just to make a narrative work for you. All right, look at right here. Let's just watch this one. She's right here, driving slowly in the. It's a lane not even on the road. It's just sort of like you can pull over on it. She could have stopped right there. Do you agree? She could have stopped right there. Do you agree? She could have stopped right there. Do you agree? She could have stopped right there. I'm going to do the auctioneer sound. Yeah, well, it's a wider than a shoulder though. It's a lane. It's really wide. It's like a.
58 Alpha Mike Uniform.
I guess you would still call it a shoulder.
On a white Chrysler SUV, occupied 1,000.
Yeah, and like I said before, my theory of her doing this intentionally means that she's alive somewhere. Yeah, there's Zozo with her loop about an hour later. We already mentioned loop, Cindy. I explained how the loop would work on the second time. We don't need to have you explain it again. And everybody goes, I agree, Cindy. I've already said the exact same thing. That the car would have seen the child on the first loop. Then on the second time around, knowing where the child was, would have turned on the hazard lights approaching the child. If that is indeed the scenario. I don't know how many, I've said that 4 times now. It's unbelievable. Because I don't think she looped. Why do I have to think she looped? That's just the version that works when she does loop. I think she had the hazard lights on to pull over. Because she was going to go do something. I mean, how come when she got out of her car, what was she doing? Did she put the child in her car and drive away with it? She, her family said she screamed. No. I do not deserve jail. This whole thing is...
438.
Billy Giuliana said this whole thing is loopy.
1,000. Deal. 9543150.
Jennifer.
760 in service, Charlie off the backup.
4-4, Sunny Traffic.
Good.
He's 1011, but he's also the subject of a protection order. The protected party is a Consuela Price.
There you go.
Jim, copy 115, possible signal 55, 115, possible signal 55. Last seen in the area of Diadera Drive, Montgomery Highway. Black Maxima, 1 Alpha 0 Mike Delta 3 Bravo. Wait, no one following.
Shift copy.
Yeah, you can go back to the time. I think it's going to be like 8675309 has been putting in there, and Zozo said for years it might be Chuck and a Matty.
Ireland.
Patient refused transport. Command's terminated.
Refuse transport, been terminated.
Yeah.
Chrysler SUV, occupied.
Now, officer to help with the search at the jail.
So this is the shortened version. No way, what, Cindy?
1929.
You sound crazy to me.
4210.
I'll share Twitter with you, Gray. Did you have a baby that passed away, or is
150
he a
and
family
Kern
member?
Street, Southeast.
Huh? I don't know.
Drive off tag on a black Volkswagen.
Is she tweeting
Jetta
everybody?
on Oxford. 42, be advised, final stop will be on Keller Road, Southeast 150.
Is who a family member? Who's he?
412. I had date of contact with a little northbound side. I'm going to check this out. Southbound.
That's AB 26 dispatch. I'm back in service, Charles.
Are you joking around, Gene? Yeah, because
1930.
there's actually people typing out there that the like there's another situation where a dwarf pretended to be a child and somebody pulled over and then they were attacked. Who are you talking about, MH? What does that mean?
Now, officer to help with the search at the jail.
44 copy, hold on around.
744 1929.
4210.
I don't know who you're talking about when it says is
50
he...
and Kern Street, Southeast. Drive off tag on a black Volkswagen Jetta on Oxford.
This is the last hour sped up.
42, be advised, final stop will be on Keller Road, Southeast 150.
412. 12. I had date of contact with a little northbound side. I'm going to check this out. Southbound.
That's AB 26 dispatch. I'm back in service, Charlie.
26, 1930.
What is that going on? 35. Jail lobby.
754, you show me in service, India.
754, 1937. 433, 50.
33.
50, 459 north of the Alfred to 60.
That is sort of interesting where it says on her Twitter that Zozo sent, it says, yeah, I want a family now, she said. But she looked sad about it. And then the next one, someone to tell you I love you and don't get a reason. Today was a great day. God be looking out, I'm telling you. That's sort of interesting. Yeah, I want a family now, and then all of a sudden she sees a baby on the side of the road. Really? What do you guys think of that? I don't know. There's tweets from the 13th. It says join 2011. Looks pretty good. I'm not showing it on the screen, but... Man, do I need to open up the lines, you guys? Oh, man. Can you imagine? Oh, crap.
Now, officer to help with the search at the jail.
I'm gonna. Cindy's gonna call in and say, hey, Craig, now listen.
744 1929.
4210. 150 and Kern Street, Southeast. Drive off tag on a black Volkswagen Jetta on Oxford. 42, be advised, final stop will be on Keller Road, Southeast 150.
412. 12. I had date of contact with a little northbound side. I'm going to check this out. Southbound.
That's AB 26 dispatch. I'm back in service, Charlie.
26, 1930.
What is that going on? 35. Jail lobby.
754, you show me in service, India.
754, 1937. 433, 50.
33.
50, 459 north of the Alfred to 65. White Dakota and a Toyota Corolla.
33, come. 38 we're out with 42.
It sounds like she was feeling sort of like you know, reading. So I mean, it looks like the tweets are real because they go back in time and they're similar. You know, like she's sort of lonely. You know, wish somebody really cared about her. She says. Everyone wants to feel wanted. You know, just kind of goes on and on. I am obsessed with that's something else. An actress. Yeah, she's talking about going to the dentist. I don't know.
Now, officer to help with the search at the jail. 4-4 copy, hold on around.
I can tell you one thing. There's some shows that I do with all you guys, with all the like crazy comments, that I wake up seeing all kinds of things. As soon as the show's over, man, I'm just like, I see elephants wearing a tiara. You know, it's just really incredible stuff. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just the stress of reading the I did that on the previous show. Yeah.
Now, officer to help with the search at the jail. 4-4 copy, hold on around. 744-1929.
42-10-7. 150 in Kern Street, Southeast.
2-4.
Drive off tag on a black Volkswagen Jetta on an occupants.
2-4.
42, be advised, final stop will be on Keller Road, Southeast.
433, 50.
33.
Engine 4 Rescue 4, Battalion 1, respond 459 northbound, mile marker 15. MBA, female experiencing chest pains. Engine 4 Rescue 4, Battalion 1, 459 northbound, round mile marker 15. Coming on the off ramp at I-65. MBA, female having chest pains. Police en route.
9 months as an oogla boogla. Oh, wait.
Oops. It's confirmed GHI The Missing Network.
I was just saying that. 8675.
33, be advised. Medics are now en route. I have a female complaining of chest pains.
33, copy.
867539 is looking.
Rescue 4 responding.
Battalion 1 responding.
Yeah, we know that.
761 to dispatch. Show me direct patrol. Service. 10-4. If it doesn't come back for Juan, try Jose.
42.
42.
Either name come back on file. Copy possible 109.
That's the Twitter
Matches with
account.
Jose Martinez, no middle name given, out of Aberdeen, Washington, for traffic outside of extradition.
10-4. Engine 4 on scene. 2-car MBA. Be taking right emergency lane in lane 2 of the off-ramp. Be 459 command.
Thing, 459 command.
Rescue 4 on scene.
2-4 on scene.
Battalion 1 on scene.
Yeah, I mean, why would the police say, so somebody
35,
faked
10-15.
that call?
10-4, 1945.
Yeah, that, okay.
412.
Well, the weird part is you might look at it like this. I mean, if a family member didn't report that, well, who did, you know? Because then that's sort of a strange, you know, moment throwing people off a track or something. I don't know if that... I just don't see anything, you know? That's the problem.
Service. 10-4. If it doesn't come back for Juan, try Jose.
42.
Okay, that's good boring. So let's just look at this from this perspective. So when the car is pulling up, do you see any vehicles on the road anywhere at all in front of her right there? There is nothing. Oh, except for the magical ATV that's not really an ATV but a reflection on a... Do you guys see that? Anything? There's nothing there. Her headlights traverse the entire side there. There isn't a vehicle there, right? Nothing there at all. Oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, we got that already. Chasing Truth. We played the audio from it. Yeah, we played that. Here, I'll show it to you right here. I actually don't have it open anymore. I close it down. My sister... Yeah, I saw that video earlier. I already saw that one. That video that you just sent. I have the link. Yeah, but when you say you weren't sure she was driving... Oh, cool. Thanks for sending it. Hey, look at this. If you're still there, watch how much better this is. Chasing Truth. Check it out. Watch this. So when you watch this video here, I can zoom in on it again. Here, watch. You know, like you can see somebody moving around, but see how that light keeps blinking, and then it's sort of hard to sort of tell what's going on. Well, if you go over to this video that I made, I took out each time it blinked, I removed the light so you can see the. Watch this. So right here, you see the door open, and a person going around, and then they're standing right there. And it's got to be her, because it's the same time that she called 911 and said that where she was. So there you see her, somebody standing there. Her cousin said that wasn't her, just like you are making YouTube videos who are looking at is saying, why would they lie? That they say who wasn't her. The family is saying who wasn't her. No, I think that what it says is that the family went to the hotel and said that she called and said she was somewhere. It doesn't say that she called from the hotel. You know, forget it. People just. Well, of course you see somebody. It's crystal clear in there. You know. See that? I mean, especially without that blinking light, you can see there's a person right back here. I mean, obviously there's a person because the car drove there, right? It's not remote control. And somebody got out and they're standing there. And looks like maybe they opened the side door or something like that. Don't really know for sure. Oh God, focus on the sign, focus on the sign. Oh God, focus on it, focus. No. Everybody sees all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of pixels going on. I can just tell you that these aren't just random pixels. This is something moving. You can see it. It's absolutely obvious. See right there, walks across, stands right there. You can see they go walking down the hill. Oh, jeez. Where did the taller person... Well, it's not a taller person, it's the same person. It's just the way it looks on the camera there. Also, awesome job on fixing the video. I tried, and I sucked. I was able to lighten it, but never remove those flashes. Well, I just went in and manually... You want to see how I did it? I mean, this is... Watch this. I spent like an hour and a half. Watch. You go like this. Here, I'm just going to move it. You can't really see what I'm doing here, but I'll... You know. Like... You're way down... you can't see it on the screen. If I go... Well, maybe if I go to a different monitor. Like this one. See each one of these? So watch this. Okay. So I'm right here. And it's just like this. So there's a flash is about to happen right there, right? So just before that, you click on the cut, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12 is when it stopped. So it's right there, and then the next one is done, right? Then go until it starts up again. Oh, there it goes again. One right there. So one before that one, and ding, 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 ding. Looks like right there. And then right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, one more. I think that's the one. Yeah, is that crazy? And then, I mean, that's really the only way to do it, you know? But you can see somebody standing there. It's crazy. Like that, right? Then you remove all the ones. After a while, you do like 10 of them, like that. And then you slide all the rest of them back over with in one long line. And there you go. Move that in there, and now you got a few more. So there it is, something there, you know. It's weird. I think that's another person. I mean, the same person, but they moved. Because you don't see anybody else come into view. Well, that's sort of interesting. Like right here, there's something. Let's see. Huh. See, but the problem with something so minor like that are pixels move around. So it's hard to really know, but it looks like there's something maybe right there coming into the frame. But that looks like the same person, maybe. Because they walk to the right, and then if that is them again, they come back into the scene right there. Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of creepy, this thing right there. It looks like a ghost or something. Yeah, so I guess I got more to do, I guess. They're moving back. Well, we don't know what they're doing. God, I hate when people state things as if it's like that is what they're doing, you know, unless you really know. Like, it's obvious on these right here that the person is coming from behind the car. You see them, and they're standing there. Yep, you can see it. And we just don't know what they're doing. "37 more missing in the USA in the last 24 hours. Yep, yep. Yep, there goes the car door opening, walks around, stands. That one blink I didn't get rid of. But it looks like they're kind of, you know, maybe leaned over a little bit doing something. Now they sort of walk to the end of the car. And keep in mind, this is sped up twice as fast because I'm removing half of it. Doesn't it seem like somebody would have seen something? Thank you, Danielle. Yeah, there's just too much going around when it looks like multiple people. Too much stuff going on there. There's a lot of cars complicating it with different lights. See. Yeah, I kind of wish no cars were moving by. You could see it. Yeah. So really, the thing is the only option is that the people went into the woods. So that's how you had to look at it. You know, they're right here, or the vehicle's right here, and they go into the woods. When I say they, I just mean her. And no, I'm not trying to be, like gender neutral or something with the comment. That's people say that a lot. They're right there, and they go and likely went into this neighborhood somewhere. Yeah, I'm being woke. You know, haven't you ever? It's so funny. I said that on a show one time, and someone goes, "How dare you say that?" And be, and like, even if I was, what difference would it make? But if you say something like, "Hey, how did your friend play?" Well, they shot 4 for 5 from the field. Oh, I get it. So they. No, I say it. That's how I talk. Yeah, we already know about the Red Roof Inn. Let me get the. No, I was going to open up Audacity again and bring back in the original comment. Or, scanner audio is what I meant to say. Here we go. Effects. Volume. Right there. Special. Truncate silence. Oop, I highlight it all. Special. Truncate silence. So it's right in here.
You can hold me tight for now.
Dispatch to 754, unclassified complaint.
754.
754, unclassified complaint, 1466 Montgomery Highway at the Red Roof Inn. The front office, per caller, family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carlee Russell.
Mm-hmm.
754, family members.
So family members are there saying, they're at the location saying that they received a call from Carlee Russell. Whether she's at that place or not is irrelevant, but if they found, if they got a call, wouldn't they know it was her?
You can hold me tight for now.
Dispatch to 754, unclassified complaint.
754.
754, unclassified complaint, 1466
Put in
Montgomery Highway at the Red Roof Inn. The front office, per caller, family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carlee Russell.
So the hotel is saying that, hey, we got the family here, and the family's here, and they're saying that they received a call from the missing Carlee Russell. Yeah, I know, Georgina. I've already shown the spot.
You can hold me tight for now.
You guys.
Dispatch to 754, unclassified complaint.
It's right here.
754.
754, unclassified complaint, 1466 Montgomery Highway at the Red Roof Inn. The front office, per caller, family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carlee Russell. 754, family members are saying they received a call from the female saying she was at this location.
Oh yeah, so now they even confirmed back and said they received a call and said she was at this location.
You can hold me tight for now.
Per caller, family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carlee Russell. 754, family members are saying they received a call from the female saying she was at this location.
754 en route.
760, 1851.
And obviously it sounds like when they got there, there was nobody there, but the family member said that they got a call. So is that just a story somebody invented, or somebody went to the hotel and went to the front desk pretending to be a family member to say that? That seems really weird, doesn't it?
Per caller, family members at this location saying they received a call from the female that's missing, Carlee Russell. 754. Family members are saying they received a call from the female saying she was at this location.
754 en route.
Or 760, 1851.
Okay, so people are saying that
now in the area of 3582 currently.
So somebody named, one of the Russells said the phone call was fake. See, isn't this just already just turning into the biggest shit show you've ever heard of? And, I mean, it's just insane. Yeah, let's just do the phone lines. Screw this. How about if you find anything, let me know that you sent me something. Right. Yeah. I just repeated that on the show. I want to call you Chasing Truth. Okay. That type of thing happens all the time. No, it doesn't. This is way more. This case is already too weird. You're mixing in. Nobody goes to the length of literally pretending they're a family member and going to the hotel to have them called to give it even more sort of credit or credibility. That's not common at all. I've covered a lot of cases. That's strange. Yeah, now the phone, she does kind of bend over there. Maybe she put everything in the phone, in the car. Her hair, her phone and everything like that, walked away. There's nothing on the video that suggests that somebody attacked her. And if they did, how did they know she was going to be right there? So, in the looping scenario, you have a scenario where the child just stands there, and whoever comes by, there's somebody hiding somewhere, and we just sort of miraculously can't see that person on the video. Some of it was found outside the car, right? That's right. Earlier we did say that they found some of her items nearby, so they were on the ground outside. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you can't rule out that there's something else going on, but I don't see anything on the video, and nobody else does either. They can pretend that they see something, but there just isn't anything there. There isn't a timeline, Betty. It's just... Hold on. Yeah, so earlier, I think, what was it? I mean, the only timeline that exists is... Where was that? Do I have it in here? Yeah. Boo. Okay, so at 8:20, she got off of work in this mall area right here, in Summit Mall area. She worked in some building there. Then right after that, she went and got some food right here. Then she probably drove back out and got on the freeway and headed this direction. So whatever direction she went, she would have gone here, got around and came back this way. And then in this area, she claims she spotted a child. But maybe she spotted the child on the first time and did a loop, came back around, went back over, all the way over here again, and then turned around and caught up with the child, and knowing that she was catching up with the child, turned on her hazard lights as it's approaching, you know, like trying to, you know, slow down but make sure other cars don't come inside. And then she pulls over, apparently maybe right next to the kid, right? But there's been no reports of any toddler missing or anything. So I just don't believe that at all. You know, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. No kid was reported missing or anything. Now, in the scenario where the kid was a lure, there wouldn't be a reported missing kid. Somebody stops to help, and then some psycho comes out and attacks the person that was in the car. Hey, could you guys hit that like button for me, please? And also, if you could subscribe, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and do so. All right, I'm gonna do Zoom. Let's get some theories out here. How weird is that? You hear from her at a hotel, and it's not real? Ah, Jesus. It's even on a scanner audio, that level. That's pretty weird.
Recording in
I
progress.
wouldn't know if a child was a ruse or not. I would call in if I saw a child on the side of the road. So it doesn't sound like any other driver saw a child on the road. But she did. Yeah, I mean, it's possible she was having some sort of a break, mental break of some sort, right? I mean, I hope it's something like that, don't you guys? No, somebody else said that. Psychotic break. Okay, there you go. I said that earlier too. It's just, that's what it feels like. So what's next? Because the footage of the car, somebody asked in here, how do we know this is footage of her car? Is because when law enforcement got there, they found her car there. Okay? So when law enforcement got there, they found her car. Now, it is possible that an alien spacecraft from Zeta Minor came down and actually beamed up the other car that was there, and then put her car there that they had beamed up earlier off another portion of the highway. I know that's not very likely, but you know, you got to say that it is possible. You know. Yeah. Remember the lady who faked being abducted only to find out she asked her ex-boyfriend to come and get her and help injure her? Yeah. Well, yeah, we were just talking about Papini. We actually played her interrogation not too long ago. Let's see. Oh my god, thank god someone from this channel have the same theory as me as aliens. Yeah, isn't that wild? Sounds like she made it up, to be honest. I don't know why. Maybe she wanted to disappear. One thing that's interesting too, though, is why did she turn on her hazard lights for such a long drive in that lane on the shoulder there? I mean, what was the point of doing that anyways? It almost makes more sense that she would do that if she did a loop. But she did it, and we don't know, and there's nobody there, you know, that's the thing. We don't see anybody. There's no car. Basically, ask yourself this question. Who abducted her? Oogla boogla? Huh? Where do you come up? Hey, LM, why do you say stuff like that? I mean, why do you know, it's weird. You type in some normal comments, And then you just throw something out that's so ludicrous. Why do you do stuff like that? I can't, okay, because the person is black, I can't say anything about like what my theory is on the case. I mean, isn't that weird? You sound like a racist. I mean, who even thinks that kind of thing? You know, racist people are the ones that think of all these racist meanings for everything. That means it's always on their mind. They're always one. You know, it's just such a strange thing. I can't speculate because the person is black, because apparently we have nothing in common. That sounds racist too. You know, it's like we all have commonalities with everybody. Okay. God, it's just such an embarrassment. Yeah, that's right. I mean, would it matter if I said, "Oh yeah, my first girlfriend was black. We dated for 3 years." Why does that even matter? I mean, then I dated other people. It's just what difference does it make? You know? It's so stupid. I think she's sometimes almost mentally deranged, you know. So let's see. I'm going to open up the phone lines here in a minute. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's down here. And you guys can call in and give your best theory. And your theory must make sense based on the information that's out there. Well, that's not fair, Gray. What if I don't want it to make sense? Well, you know, you can call in, but there you go. There we go. Yeah, well, my opinion is the car stopped right here. Whoever, if there was an, hold on. If there is an abduction or not, let me get the zoom on this one. If there is an abduction or not, it is very likely that in either scenario, they went this way into this neighborhood because these are thick woods here. There was no car parked here. See, this is where the argument for there being nothing makes more sense. There was no car parked there. So unless there was a abductor in this really high-end neighborhood over here, sitting around waiting, just couldn't wait for, to abduct somebody here to bring into a neighborhood that probably has 4 cameras a house. I mean, we don't know if she lost a child. Her tweets don't suggest it. She just said she wants a family. You asked that earlier, and I responded. I think she had a mental breakdown. Something is totally off. I think it's possibly something like that. All right, there you go. The other, and keep like mental breakdown, left on her own. Okay, the first one is mental breakdown or just left on her own for some other reason. Let me just redo that one. Hold on. I'm gonna do it again. Mental breakdown, left on her own. All right, there you go. There's also a runaway bride in Atlanta. Okay, but what does it have to do with this? Yeah, I mean, it could be that she was at the hotel and then she moved. And that's what I said earlier, you know? Like, we don't know. I think... but the family's saying that the phone call isn't even real, apparently. So, you know, where do we go from there? Yeah, I think that's more likely. That's why the poll results look like that. Yeah, see how it's like that? Because it's more likely. And it could be something else, and that's why it's, 60-40. Mom and Dad went to Atlanta to do what? It could be something like, let's see. She's always being tracked on her phone because she's part of that family thing. But she wanted to go spend time with some guy that maybe they didn't like, so they sort of arranged some sort of rendezvous where she stages it like this and then meets him somewhere around in this area, and they get the hell out of there and go do something. And she'll live with the consequences later. But why not just have him pick you up and turn off your phone or something? I mean, I don't know. It's pretty elaborate. Well, it reminds me more of Madison Bell. That's true. She wouldn't be... There you go. KK provided something. She said, not without her wig. Yeah, she would have wanted her wig if it was a date. Unless he bought her a really good one. Far too risky for a stranger abduction. But it's also almost impossible that it was anything other. I mean, if somebody goes, ooh, they're going to track her, how did that happen? Like, what made her put her hazard lights on to stop for a child? How would the person know that she'd be driving right then, and she'd be the one that would stop for the child so they could abduct her? Right? This whole story is mind-blowing. Yeah. Oh, I got a call in here. Hold on. All right. 516.
Hi.
Hello, who's this? Or
This is
785.
Lisa Smith. How are you?
I meant 785, sorry. What was that?
I said, how are you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
This story just...
Who is this?
The fact that her Apple Watch is laying there on the ground, along with her phone and her wig, from the beginning, I just had a bad feeling about it, that it's not an abduction.
So that's a good feeling.
Well, it's a good feeling, yeah, because she's alive then.
Yeah, but more likely, right? Like, she could be in a stage where she does something to her, kills herself or something. I mean, you wouldn't want that, but hopefully she's not.
Well, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I think all the electronics being left in one spot is very telling.
Mm-hmm. Like all the things that could track her.
I believe that if somebody abducted it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, especially in a short amount of time like that, right? Like all these electronic devices.
Get the watch off it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it wasn't like a big struggle, and all of a sudden the phone gets taken off in the struggle, and then the watch and everything. They're all just sort of piled there really quickly.
Right. That doesn't seem right. I think she needed to get away. And now it's blew up into something really big, and maybe she's afraid to come back.
Wait, what was that again? Sorry, somebody asked me something. Go ahead. What?
Maybe it just blew up so big now she's afraid to come back.
Yeah, it could be. Like she didn't think it was going to be anything big, but her family jumped on it really quick and turned it into something pretty big, which is good.
From what I saw, what you did with the blinkers, I can really see way more clearly her walking around the car. Now, can I tell if she walked into the woods? I'd be lying if I said that. I can't tell that, but because there's so many lights around there. but she doesn't appear again. So it's almost likely that she went ahead and walked into that neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing, is there's no other car there. There, you see her car pull up. You don't see anybody else showing up. And then there's nobody crossing the highway because it's a freeway, and there was constant cars going. So that means somebody went the other direction, because right after that, the lights of the cop cars start showing up. They were there a long time. I actually have I went on that website to give you a preview of the different hours. They left the scene at like 1 in the morning. So they were there for 4 hours, lights blasting, looking around.
And they've been there all day looking, too.
Mm-hmm. All day today they were there, and probably yesterday, I would imagine.
Yes. I don't think she probably meant for it to go like this.
Yeah, it could be.
I think she just wanted to get away.
Definitely could be something like that. Yeah.
I hope she's fine, no matter what. I hope she comes back home perfectly fine and, whatever. But from the beginning of this, it didn't feel right. Nobody throws a baby out in the street because, how do you know a family's not going to stop? 5 people, or a trucker pull over, or 3 guys pull up, or 5 different cars stop. If I saw a baby out on the road, I'm going to be honest, I'd stop.
Yeah, well, it sort of works if you're planning to just one person to abduct them, but if there's a baby walking around, there's going to be people kind of slow. I mean, a toddler, they're going to be driving slowly and watching. It's probably the least, especially in a place like that, it's probably the least good way of doing anything. Of abducting
I absolutely
somebody.
agree.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
It makes no sense. I mean, I see everybody pulling over if there's a child on the side of the road. Stopping your car. I mean, people stop for ducks to pass. People are definitely going to stop when a baby's out in the street.
Right.
I don't know. I think that I pray that she's fine, and I hope she comes home very quickly.
Yeah. I hope so.
I know my opinion's unpopular. I have an unpopular opinion about this. I know.
Well, no, it's not. No, I mean, I think most people actually agree that have logical minds. Is there some other thing that could be happening? Sure, but it doesn't mean that there's anything. It's not unpopular. I think most people probably want it to be. Well, here's the reality. Most people want it to be something really sensationalistic and involved, because that's what people want it to be for their true crime, to satiate their appetite for the true crime case that they're looking at right now. But the reality is I'd like it to be exactly that she took off and came back, and we were just part of the story trying to figure out what the hell was going on, and then it's over and everything goes back to normal, much like Madison Bell back in the day. Yeah.
Yes, Gray, absolutely right. Well, I just wanted to call in and say, of course, sending prayers to her family, all that, for sure, because I know they're scared. But I honestly, popular or unpopular, I believe she walked off.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's most likely. I think it's most likely. So.
Me too.
Yeah.
I hope all the freaks and you have a great night. I'm going to be listening.
Okay. Well, who's that? What's your name?
Take care of yourself.
Who are you?
I'm Lisa Smith.
Well, you didn't have to say her whole name, but I mean, in the chat.
It's on the chat.
Oh, okay, good. Is that not your? That's probably not your full real name, though, is it?
Yeah, it's my real name.
Well, if it is your real name, it's there's a million of you with that name, so it's like you can give that out all day.
It is my real name. I've talked to you before, and I've told you. It's really my name. I'm 55, and when I got on YouTube, I just used my real name because I didn't know anything back then.
Well, also, there are literally a million people with your name probably in the United States, right? Smith being really common.
And when I go to pharmacy, I have to give all kinds of information because they're like, we have 37. I'm like, yeah.
Of course. All right.
But it's okay. Well, I really hope she's found safe.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it. Yeah, me too.
Have a good night.
All right, bye. All right, freaks. if you'd like to help support this channel, Grady's Investigates, I do live shows every single day. It helps support me, allows me to keep doing what we're doing. And also, for those who are new that don't watch, on the earlier show we had a bunch of new people, but we've donated from the income from the channel. So all the freaks support my channel, and I donate over 50% of the net revenue. So I just pay taxes, and then I give more than half of what is left from the YouTube revenue. And as you can see, this year we've given $30,850, 62 last year, 42, 22 the year before that, and we're at $157,600 to places like NCMEC, Texas Equisearch, RAIN, which is Violence Against Women, the Innocence Project, a whole host of charities, and then we have a DNA fund that we've put over $60,000 in, and we're on our 12th funded case where we identify Jane and John Does. All right, so if you can afford it and you want to help support the channel, there are super chats, or you can buy one of my blue notebooks for Blue, my dog, who's up back in the back there, who is been doing on the shows with me for years. You send that on PayPal 25, and you get a notebook, a stress ball, and a blue pen. All right. So there you go. There you go. There's my pitch for the evening. Oh shit! It would have went. Would have sounded like this. Where is that thing? Where's the Chewbacca? There it is. That's the full one.
Chewbacca?
Oh, I'll do Chewbacca if you want me to.
There you go. Thank you, your gypsy. All right, here we go. 516. You're on. Hello.
Hey, Gray, how you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. Yeah. So I just wanted to call in about the case.
Yeah.
I keep missing.
Who's this?
Keep missing the part where you mentioned.
Who's this though?
If
Who are you?
The call is fake or not?
Who are
Is it
you?
real-
Who are
is it
you?
Real or not?
What's your name?
My name's Rod. It says Sacred Teachings in the comments.
Oh, okay. Now, what was the question you asked?
So yeah, I want to know if you mentioned about the call. I had it is the call real or not?
Oh, well, the family, there's somebody with the same last name on Twitter that said that that the call to wasn't real, but I don't know if they're talking about the call to the police or the call. I guess it said the call to the police because they never got a call or something. So the whole thing is fake, I guess. That's what they're saying. But who knows if it is or not? I mean, we just don't know. There's just so much random stuff out there.
Right, because I was there when you were analyzing the video, and I didn't see any there's no kid there. We didn't see any kid on videos. No one walking. She pulls up with the hazard lights. She drives down a little bit. She obviously gets out the car. I see that she walks either around or to the front to the passenger. Maybe it looks like she's checking the tires or something like that. And my thing is, I don't know how old she is, and I don't want to bring race into. I don't want to bring race.
But if you say you don't want to bring race into it, then that means you're about to do that.
But I'm going to. Yeah, but I'm going to though. But I'm going to because I just want to bring up a point as a younger African American female. I think she's
25. Yeah.
For her to walk. For her to park on the side of the highway and just walk into woods at 11 to 12 p.m. is odd to me. By herself is just odd to me. So that's why I just want to bring.
Well, I think it's odd for anybody. I don't think it matters what the race is, but maybe she wanted to go.
I'm saying because I myself, I'm of African descent, and I know African women, I know black women. So for her to do something like that by herself is kind of has me a little mind boggled why she would even go there. But it's odd, in that video you don't see the direction she went. It's
the only place she could have gone would be into the woods. That's the thing.
Right. Exactly.
All
Right.
right,
Right.
man.
Right. She would just have to make that right into the woods.
All right, cool. Well, I got a whole bunch of other people, but yeah, it's pretty strange. All right, thanks, man.
All right.
Yeah. Wanted to get out of that one before. I don't. Who the hell knows what's going to come out of there? That was dicey. I had my hand on the button the whole time. Wasn't sure what was going to happen. All right, 352, you're on.
Hey, it's Austin from Central Florida. I've called a few times before.
Yeah, what's going on?
I just think this is like bizarre though, because the Maddie Bell thing. Obviously, she her car was at a church parking lot, and it was just kind of just found there.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, her phone was left behind too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was something like that in her car. I don't remember all the specifics to it, but
Right.
she didn't want to be tracked by her mom.
Right. But she's much younger though, right? Like, if she was of age, I think she was barely of age, around 18, 17.
I think she was
19,
a senior in
something
high
like that.
school or something. Yeah.
Yeah. But this girl is older though. That's kind of strange. And why would she, if she's going to do this kind of thing, wouldn't she just have had somebody come to her work and park in a far off parking lot and have somebody, if she's trying to meet somebody, and go away and on her own accord, with somebody else, and then leave her phone behind? Why
do you need to do all that? She
her-
could have just brought it over to a parking lot, left it all in just like Madison Bell did.
Right.
But I think she wanted to make it look like something worse happened. I mean, it could be just something where she wants this big dramatic thing to see who cares and who's out there. Maybe she can identify who the guy is that really cares because they were looking for her. Except what they don't realize is after they find you, they don't want to be with somebody that would go through such an elaborate hoax like that. Right?
Right. It's just very strange. Why? Like you said, though, and I think the caller said before, when there's ducks in the road, people stop, They almost cause an accident just so they don't hit wildlife. So if there's an animal or a child on the side of the road, certainly everyone's going to slow down and everyone rubbernecks and let's see what's going on and that kind of thing. So I don't know. I just, like you said though, maybe she just wants it to be this big spectacle thing and didn't have a lot of excitement in her life, but now she's definitely got it. And you looked into that neighborhood on the other side of that tree line, and you said it's pretty prominent, people with money live back in there.
Yeah.
The houses and the houses there on the side of the highway, you said they're pretty nice.
Yeah, it's I can go down to Street View here. If you want to see them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all.
So they're new.
Yeah, I mean, these are all really high-end, nice homes here, mainly.
Oh yeah, 500,000-600,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would think they'd have, Ring cameras and that sort of thing. So I'm sure they would have looked into that. If somebody was sitting over there on the other side of the tree line, they'd see a car coming up and down the road that, that would have picked her up to take her out of that area, if, she's trying to go away.
She could have had a car waiting down here and just needed to go there's only 50 yards through the woods. It's not far.
Right.
Yeah, it's just right up there. I mean, as a matter of fact, the highway's just right through those trees. But I don't know maybe if there's a fence line there or not. Let's see. Looks like there is, so that makes it a little bit weirder, You'd have to climb a fence, just walk right in. All right. Well, cool.
It's just I don't know though. Either way, if somebody would have left their car there, walked up toward by the tree line, put a toddler out there, she got out of the car, and they kidnapped her, they'd have to take her all the way through that fence, through the tree line, over the fence, down to the car, stuff would have been left behind, like her shirt would have been torn off or something, so I think the poll that you put out was like 60-40, you said, like, I feel like that's pretty spot on about, what occurred, that she left on her own accord.
Well, right now it's 53 mental breakdown, left on her own, or 47 abduction. But when people say abducted, they're not really thinking through how that could happen when there wasn't a car there. And so what'd they do? Grab her through the woods and take her over here somewhere?
Over a fence.
Yeah, and that's another thing is weird
somebody's backyard
she had to go over
9:30 at night.
And she had to go over a fence too, though. I mean, even by herself. So I don't really understand the whole situation, to be honest with you. Just she didn't cross the highway. The woods are way too thick to just kind of keep going through the woods. The cops were there really quickly, so she wasn't still walking around on the highway. Very strange story.
Well, would she have walked north, like just continued on, and then somebody.
Well, south. Well, she could have gone north backwards, but south is the direction she was heading. I just have it turned this way because that's how the camera is.
Okay, so if she continued south, say she was just trying to go away on her own accord, continue down on the highway,
and kind of turn down here, maybe.
and mental distress, and then something else could have happened where maybe it could have started out as her trying to leave on her own accord, but then something happened. Maybe she had a mental breakdown, turned off, called the cops about a toddler or whatever, continued southbound down the highway, and then something else could have happened. Because either way, like with the camera and all that, even if she went down, and tried to meet somebody, something would have been caught on the camera. And it's at 9:30 at night. And, in the South, a lot of people have dogs, or most people have dogs, and they would have alerted to somebody coming down through the house. At 9:30, people are still winding down for the night watching TV and that. So I think she could have had a mental breakdown, continued down the highway, was just out of her mind, and then something else could have happened.
Yeah. I have no idea. My idea is that she just she wanted to get the hell out of there and went through the woods there. There's nobody there in a car abducting her. Unless the person was waiting in the woods. Then you have to ask yourself, well, how would they know that she would have got out right there? Well, you put a child right there. Okay, you put a child right there. Then after that, then he and the child and her all have to jump over a fence to get into that neighborhood to get out of there. It gets into a really, I'm just saying, it just gets weird after a while. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you go and keep up the great work. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Have a great night.
Awesome. Yes, we covered it. We covered it. Thanks, Zozo. I appreciate it. She said, freak wave, let's go. You know how every night on this channel we gotta try to keep on trucking, especially when there's 1,200 people watching. We are, come back, you guys, at the end of the month. Watch, there'll be 250 people like normal. Less than that even, because it's donation night, where we give out all the money, or like 50% of the, when I say all the money, I mean all the money that we give out on that day. Word everything absolutely perfectly for these weirdos that are online. They freak out. Let's see. In most cases, not all videos released, possibly law enforcement. Debbie Collier. I need to slow the chat down a little bit. It's too fast. Wow, it's already, I'm going to go to minute 20. Thank you, Oddball and K-Me and... Wait, do I have it on? There we go. I think I have to turn it on. Should work on something. Now, for those of you wondering what that sound is,
Chewbacca?
which one is that one? That's oddball. See, what that sound is our friend Cairo that was here yesterday went into a bar. I mean, not a bar. Jesus. He was at a hotel and he was leaving to go smoke, like you would do at a bar.
Taco stomp time.
Here, well, I'll tell you in a second. You'll hear it better on my version here.
Chewbacca?
I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
So those of you who are new, check this thing out. So he's going to go out and smoke a cigarette while he's at a hotel. And as he goes out the door, this lady sitting there, a woman of the night, a sex worker, was sitting on a curb, and this is what it did. So here's the sound. So he opens the door, and that's the sound the lady makes while he's going outside to have a cigarette. And then he says to her, Chewbacca? Like, you know, because he thought it sounded like Chewbacca. And then she said, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to be. And I think most guys in here will admit that they've fantasized about having a one-nighter with Chewbacca. All right, so here we go. This is the whole thing playing out, how it went.
Chewbacca?
I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
That's the greatest. That's the greatest thing in the world. Oh, man. Thank you, Brenna Deaver. Man, I wanted to say like Brenna Denver, but that was right. Brenna? Brenna or Brenna? Or how do you pronounce that? Deaver. That's a new one for me. I gotta get some water, so hold on a second. Chewbacca! Hey, come on, you gotta admit I was pretty good. I'm pretty good at that one. Here we go. Wait. Chewbacca? I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to be. Oh, God, that's the greatest thing in the world. Yeah. Now I got a phone call here. 865, you're on.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Who's this?
It's Lady Latuka, once known as something else.
Wait, you almost sound like that lady that used to call in with that voice. She was more like Marilyn Monroe. But
It's that weirdo woman.
What's going on?
I just wanted to say that I picked up a little something. You know, I don't know if anybody else did, and I wanted to just discuss it with you.
Okay.
But I had to catch myself up on the case because when I was on there earlier this morning or this afternoon, I had no idea what was going on because I didn't know what had happened before the stop on the side of the or during the stop on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
And so just real quick, what I saw on NBC News was the family believes she's alive but is in danger. They said that she reported seeing the child on the side of the road to 911, and then she called her family, and then the family reported that some screaming was heard and a running type of shuffle. And I'm putting myself in this position. And if that had happened to me with all of that traffic and a small, a child or even just a person on the side of the road with all of that traffic, it being so dark and that traffic zooming by, I'm just going to call 911 and try to find a way to get the hell out of there with that child or whoever it is. And then I would call my family after I was safe. I wouldn't be standing out beside of the road waiting on police to arrive after calling 911 and call my family to chit-chat about what drama was taking place. That's what I don't understand, is why did she call her family from the side of the road in that dangerous position?
Well, she called 911, right? First.
She did first.
Mm-hmm. And then what? I mean, she called the family because she's probably like, whoa, there's a kid here. But then she starts screaming about something else. I don't know.
Right, that's what the story is.
Yeah, I don't think it's the story. Story just kind of doesn't make sense either. Like a toddler running around on a highway.
Right.
And just the whole, I don't know, just kind of like it's on the side of the road, and then she sees it and does a whole nother loop to see it again, but not one other car during that 20-something, like 10 minutes or so that it would take to do that loop, stopped over to see the same toddler. It's almost like she hallucinated maybe and thought she saw one. And I don't know.
Yeah, and also the camera picked up what happened before she got there. And, if people that are completely dressed in black, you can't see them. Even with lights on them, you can't see them. And
well, you can see people dressed in black if they're hit by the light, because then they're a silhouette.
Right, but they were on the side of the road. How they wouldn't be hit by the. Well, I guess.
Well, yeah, it is, because you can see it the whole time that the cars are driving. That whole area is lit up by every car that drives in that far lane. That's one of the things.
Right.
So the whole car is lit up by these trucks and other cars that drive by. As long as they're in that far lane, they light it up.
Right. And one more thing that now I'm now thinking of is it's illegal for us to be homeless. Like we can't, if we're homeless, we can't be out anywhere. Mm-hmm. The TVA, which is in charge of creating the power and allocating electricity to the state, is they have land everywhere. Mm-hmm. And the homeless people are allowed to live on their land for 2 weeks at a time. and then they have to move to, they can live it in one area for 2 weeks, and then they have to pick up and move to another area for 2 weeks if they're still homeless. And so that, I mean, I'm thinking, well, maybe that's a reason why a child could be, past the side of the road. Maybe the child wasn't all the way in the road, in the shoulder of the road. Maybe it was closer to the wooded area. But then again, look how close the houses were.
But if it was, why did she get out of her car and just kind of stand around by her car for a little bit? Wouldn't she have went, hey, and ran over to the woods? To me, this is what it looks like. She's driving down the highway. She has a plan, a specific place that she pulls over. She takes her wig off, takes her watch off, everything, puts it in the back seat of the car. Looks like maybe there's a backpack. I mean, I'm saying this because there's something that kind of bulges out of the top in some of those pictures. So I don't know if that's a reality or not, but it looks sort of like that. And then maybe she just kind of wandered through the woods into that neighborhood and got the hell out of there.
That's what I thought too. That's exactly I'm
something,
thinking.
Maybe it feels like it's something she did on her own. And maybe there's somebody else involved that picked her up somewhere, but this is something she kind of wanted to do. There's no indication though on her tweets,
Right. Well, and I think, I always try to put myself in the places of other people when something weird happens. And I'm thinking, why would I do that? Why would anybody do that? And, it's just me. It's not her. She's different than me. But at least it gives some sort of a reason for why she might have done something. But, if I was dating somebody abusive and I wanted to get the hell out of there, I wouldn't have that person would probably be blasting up her phone, and she's not answering. She gets away. Maybe her parents were like my parents and didn't want the two to break up, because once you're together for life. It's the Bible Belt, and they didn't want me to leave my first husband, my abuser. But so maybe she called her family and she's like, look, this having to make up stuff about what's going on to her family, so that. Because she knows her family will communicate that to her now old significant other. Or maybe she found somebody new and she didn't want to take the risk and tell the old significant other. Maybe
it could be. It sounds like they're pretty religious, the family.
Maybe that significant other lives in one of those big houses that she just walked to.
Maybe. Yeah.
And that's what I'm thinking.
I mean, she lives in a nice neighborhood herself, so.
Oh, does she? Okay. So. Well, makes sense to me, but you just never know.
You never know. But hey, you called in with some interesting theories there.
Well, thanks, Gray. I hope I sounded okay today. You just never know you just never know who you're going to get when I call.
I thought you did just fine. It was interesting.
Okay.
You had good thoughts.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll
talk to you later.
Have a good evening. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, Freaks. I love you.
Thank you. And that is Lady Lactuca. How cool is that, huh? So any updates on Twitter or anything like that? What's the family saying now? Well, she is sweet. She even got rid of these weird heart emojis on her name because you can't tag her if I wanted to say something. I don't know why you were thinking there was two people standing on the side of the road. I mean, look at right here, look. Can't you see pretty clearly there's nothing there? It's just, light coming in. There's nothing on the side of the road. And she stops right by that 11.4 mile marker. She just stops right there. And then in my video where I take out the blinks of the light, you see it like right there. And the door opens, and there he goes. Somebody gets behind, stands out down the back, does something. Maybe I think they're at the passenger back, and they're doing something. Maybe putting something in there, but it's interesting that some of her stuff was on the ground. Is somebody approaching her right now that we can't see? Is something happening? Because what's weird about it is there's a lot more motion going on. However, if you look at it, the motion seems to correlate with the number of cars that are showing up, creating problems. So it's right there, and then all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of cars, different lights hitting, and that's where you start getting, pixel problems. That was interesting. That car hit the brakes for a second. You almost want these people to call in and say, "Yeah, I saw something. There was somebody." But when the dust settles, it looked like there was just somebody standing there. I don't know. It's just, there's too much shit going on. All I can tell you for certain is that somebody got out of the car, went around and stood in the back, and I think it's very likely that they left through the woods over there because they're gone. The police were there just moments later, and there's no vehicle sitting there. And that's really the only way to go, right? Yeah. That's how you call in right there. So we just try to use common sense over here. Sometimes there's things that you just can't see that could have happened, but I don't see any of those things, so what I'm left with is there's no car on the side of the road. Her car pulls up. You see one person get out of the vehicle. Then, when law enforcement got there, there was nobody at the vehicle. Nobody crossed the highway because the cars would have all had to stop to let them go by. There was never a gap for her to go through. So she must have gone the other direction through the woods. If that's true, what was the reason that she went there? Was there somebody that came out of the woods that we can't see that sort of forced her to go back that direction? And if so, did they, make her climb over the fence? And also, if so, what made her stop her car right there? Are we going to go back to the story with the little kid? You see how it gets kind of really complicated and weird? So there's this kid sitting there, and then all of a sudden she did 2 different loops and just happened to stop. She was the one unlucky person out of all the people in the world who, I think most human beings would at least slow down and pull in front of the child and call 911 and be like, hey, something. I mean, not maybe most, but let's just say 30% of them would. In this video right here, there's 100 and something people that drive by. 200. Not one person was stopped yet. How come? If she made a loop, there was 10 minutes in there. Now we got a call here. 205, you're on. Hello, who's this?
This is Mark.
Hey, Mark, what's going on? You got to turn down your audio in the back. You have to turn down your audio in the background and use your phone to talk to me.
I'm sorry, Mark from Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, you turn off the audio in the background and just use your phone. Okay?
I turned it off.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so what's going on, Mark from Tuscaloosa?
Alabama.
Awesome. What's going on?
Tuscaloosa.
Yep, cool.
Yeah, well, I was talking, I was listening about the, people talking about her turning around at the exit and coming back around. You see what I'm saying?
You mean you're saying that they made a loop? The loop you're talking about? Is that it?
Yeah, like a loop around.
Uh-huh.
Like she made a loop around. Well, if she saw maybe
yeah, we went over the loop.
A child.
So she sees a child, she does a loop, and on the next time around, she
Okay,
she knows approximately where the child's going to be, so it turns on her hazard lights to pull up to it, right?
Hold on. Let me explain something.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a child, it could, and it might not be a child. It might be
Oompa Loompa?
maybe a little person or something like that dressed in children's clothes.
Yeah, well, I saw somebody post that. That was on Twitter. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, well, I'm not through. I mean, I'm going to explain something to you.
Yeah.
Because it could be, there's been other reports in the Jefferson County area that's how people are trying to do abductions.
Mm-hmm.
But you would have to go up to where she was at. You would have to go up to exit 10, turn around on exit 10,
mm-hmm.
go back down the north,
yeah,
and then come all the way down to the 13th exit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we showed all that on the.
That's the next exit.
Uh-huh.
You have to go down north to 13th exit.
Yeah. Right?
Right.
Or I think 31.
Then you'd have to turn around. Now,
31, not 13. 31, not 13.
No, it'd be the exit 13.
Well, I'm
Galleria exit.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at it right
Galleria
here.
Exit.
Well, I'm looking at it right here. It's 31, not 13. I'm looking at it. See that?
No, it's 13. It's 13.
Oh, exit 13. Oh, you mean exit 13. I was looking at the.
I live.
I know what you're. I know. You live there. It's exit 13, but I thought you were saying there's a Highway 31 right at the end of the ramp.
Right. No. Okay. You get off at the 13th exit, which is the Galleria exit, and you would have to come back around and go back down exit there and go back down to exit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just telling you. I mean, I've showed the same loop, exactly what you're saying, at least 25 times on the show today. So we don't need to go back.
I didn't know you had, because I just come online with you. I mean, I don't know what you've shown, but I'm just telling you that would take an amount of time to where when she come back around, if she did this, if she did, I don't know if she did or not, that the reason she got off on the side of the road so early would be she might have got off on the road to where she first seen something.
Right. And then she put her flashers on.
And then rode down the road looking.
Yeah.
Until she finally seen somebody off on the side of the road. Because she got off at like 0.4, 0.5 miles or half a mile before she came to the scene where she stopped. So she could have finally seen somebody there, and then maybe that's where it all started. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said to you right at the beginning.
Because it would have took at least in a good day
10 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes to do that circle around.
Yeah, that's what I said right when you called in. You said, "Let me say it. This is what I said. Listen to this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me tell you what I said when I first came in. I said when you first came in, I
got you.
I said, if the car did the loop, it had to drive down south, take that first exit there, then loop around, and then come all the way back up to
north.
I know, but I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it the way I want to say it. Then it would have to go all the way back around, and then it would turn around on exit 13 there, and loop all the way back around, and then it would put its flashers on, remembering where it saw the child before, and it would start looking for it with the flashers on. That's exactly what I said right when you came on, but we went through this whole...
okay, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that, so I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
But there has been other instances in Jefferson County or Birmingham where they've used little people to dress in children's clothes for an abduction. Not saying this is the instant, but possibly. I mean, maybe. I don't know what's going on. It is really strange.
Yeah. So let's say, you're saying that when she got there, an Oompa Loompa-ish type person came running out of the woods, and something happened.
No, I'm not. I didn't say they'd come running out of the woods. They could have been just crawling down the road.
Right. Well, they were the little person.
But they could have run up in the woods like a little kid probably couldn't.
Right. So they were the child that she thought it was, and so then when they were just the lure, and then somebody came out of the woods and did something, right?
Well, maybe they didn't come out of the woods. Maybe they just said, "Get over here. I got a gun pointed at you. You do what I say. You get over here." I mean, I don't know. I mean, who knows? This is a crazy incident.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. But what's your gut?
It is weird.
What is your actual gut feeling? Using logic and reason. As a regular.
I really think I've tried to think about it over and over, but I hope she comes up alive. But there's so many things that it's so crazy because you've never really seen anything like this before. So. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't put anything past anybody.
Yeah.
Whether it be her doing something fishy, but I think she was probably kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
Or
how?
Maybe.
How did that work? But there's no car there.
I don't know.
And then there's a fence through the tree line there, and then there's nice homes right there that all of them have cameras. So you sort of wonder how that would happen.
I mean, really, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean,
it is weird. That's what makes it an interesting thing to talk about. It is because it's weird. It
is weird, and it could be that she had somebody with her in the car that was making her do what she was doing. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah. So.
I mean.
This whole thing could have been done to see what people were thinking. Like, who are the people that seemed like they really cared about her missing? That could be what it is. Because she seems to be like she was lonely, wanted somebody that really cared about her, wants a family, but she doesn't feel like anybody cares. So maybe this is sort of like
you're right.
Reaching out to people to see if they care. So she designed sort of elaborate, sort of not even that elaborate, just a hoax to make it seem like she was abducted.
If that's the case, she's going to be in trouble for doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not that. I hope.
I do. I hope it is that because he's alive.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I just hope. I hope she's safe. I mean, period. You got all these people out. Even I went up there and, tried to maybe even help. But there's so many people out trying to help this young lady. And,
there could be a combination somewhere.
So bad.
Maybe there's a combination somewhere.
It would be so.
There's somebody that she was going to do something. That something, didn't turn out the way she wanted. I mean, what was the scream for if that's true? See, here's the thing: is we don't. I'm sort of getting nervous about anything.
Is that your thought?
What? No, I think she just left on her own. That's my thought, but
okay, well,
I could be wrong. You know,
I've thought that before, but I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. I mean, but if she got kidnapped, I mean, I really hope she's safe. I hope that we can find her before something.
Yeah, but it wouldn't make me shocked if something else is. It wouldn't make me shocked if there's something else at play. I'm just saying, based on what I'm seeing, based on what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
I don't see anything in the video where there's another car. You go through the whole thing logically, and it just feels like she just sort of went off through those woods somewhere. That's what it seems like. There's nobody. The cops were there right after that, and they stayed there for 4 hours. I've seen screenshots.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I appreciate your time, man.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in.
I appreciate your logic and everything. I mean, I just hope it turns out in a positive way. But
listen, your story would be a hell of a lot more entertaining. I can tell you that. You get a couple Oompa Loompas running around out there. And all we need then is Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp with his Willy Wonka suit on, and we'll have it all set up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just never know. You never know about stuff like this.
Yeah.
There is crazy stuff that goes on in this world every day that you just like, what? So
yeah, true.
But
yeah,
anyway,
there's been a lot of that.
I thought I would call in.
Well, hey, it was a good one. Call in again sometime, man.
I'm not no professional, no expert on nothing.
Well, I thought your call was good though, so call in whenever you want. Call in again. All right.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right, you too. Have a good one. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Oompa loompa doopity dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me. 904.
Hi, Gray.
Yeah. What's going on? Who's this?
It's Quinn B.
Quinn B. Hey, what's going on?
I'm sorry if I'm repeating anything that's been said in the last 20 minutes, but I only have my iPhone and I couldn't hear your live while I was on hold.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to agree with you that I believe that the traffic cam release was slowed down.
Yeah, it looks like it. That's what I was saying.
Or it could be the angle too. But you and I were on the same page because I was in your live earlier and I was having the same thought, and then you said it. It just didn't make sense how she could have seen the toddler so far away and then take so long to pull over, all while calling 911. So I think that area is a lot closer in proximity than what we can see. I also did see the front door open and the driver walks towards the back and around like the passenger side, but then we kind of can't tell from there due to the pixelation. But if it was a ruse, quote unquote, I just don't understand how the perpetrator would know that a female would stop. Like, if they put the toddler in the visual of drivers, which is very risky.
What if it was a ruse just to rob the person? What if it was just a ruse to rob whoever they could get to take the bait and take off and take their ID card and everything like that? Because we talked about that exact same thing.
Like,
if it's targeted, forget it.
Yeah, I mean,
and there's no way. Hey, I want to abduct this exact individual, right?
Right.
That you could make sure that she would be the only one that she would be the only one that pulled over that time. That'd be ridiculous.
Right. It could be a robbery situation, but how would the perpetrator know that, like, a cop without his lights on or a man could have stopped? They could have been in the dark, standing more towards the tree line, but you can't tell into the front of the car whether a woman is stopping or a man stopping, whatever. Anyway, this is...
Well, listen, Mag had a good point in there. It's like, I mean, I don't believe it was a robbery or anything. I think he just walked away. But she said, but then why wouldn't he take her car too? You know, that's pretty expensive. That's worth something. And why not abduct her, get into a car, and force her to drive you somewhere? Instead, you abduct her right on the side of a very, very busy highway where people are all watching, and there's nowhere to go other than woods to the right and a neighborhood with cameras all over the wazoo. See, it doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't. None of this does. And it did remind me, it was reminiscent of the Jared Britigan case that you covered so brilliantly, and I even reached out to you and said, Gray, you've got to come back to this. But that made sense because it was based on a target. Mm-hmm. And it was like a known way home on his way home in a dark residential
and he'd be the only one on the road at that exact moment. Right?
Yeah.
Like, they might have known she drives home this way, but there's literally hundreds of cars, and a toddler wouldn't be, she's the only one in the world that would stop for the toddler, you know? Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, I think that many females might have, but I think especially, I don't know if she is a nurse or a nurse in school, but with everything that we've heard in the news and AI, fake calls, I can only speak for myself. My innate instinct might be to, yes, if I thought that I saw a toddler on the side of the road, I would definitely pull over, get the hell out of my car, go over there. But I might also be a little concerned that this might be a ruse for a kidnapping or trafficking, whatever, and would pull over in sight of, let's say, said toddler, call 911. I am sitting by the side of the road. Get over here. I'm afraid to get out of my car. I don't know if this is a scheme, whatever. The cops showed up 4 minutes later.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing about all this other stuff, I mean, it's just, just random, wild speculation. It just seems to me like, here's this car driving down the road. I mean, it's that simple. Driving down the road, it pulls over, has its flashers on, and then somebody in the car claims that, they called the family and said that there was a child and there was a scream and everything. But when you look at the video, there's no car. You don't see anybody show up. And even if there was somebody that showed up, where would they have taken her? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, they have her climb a fence and then go to one of those nice houses. Maybe the person is from the nice house over there. But so what was their goal, though? They were just going to abduct anybody that night? Like, well, let's say it was a 6'7" football player from college, and he's the one that pulled it,
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just weird.
I also don't think that this was like pre-planned. I've been listening this whole time, and I know you had some callers, and not to discredit what they're saying, but I don't think this was pre-planned on her part due to like a mental break. I think that's just too much planning, and with her history, it doesn't show she doesn't show that type of behavior. It does demonstrate the behavior of her being a nurse or in school, getting off her shift or a class and trying to help. But I'm completely confused. But I do have a question. Do you happen to know, because I've been trying to follow everybody today on my day off, do we know if she had a significant other? Have you heard anything?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell by the tweets that she makes, but it sounds like she wants to have a family. But some of her tweets are sort of like, if she does have a boyfriend, she's sort of dissing him by making it sound like he's not very caring or something.
Okay.
So it's hard to really tell.
And then she made that one post about, like, a day before about being in a restaurant and somebody staring her or whatever. But that's the only thing that I could think of that would make sense, where something nefarious would have happened. If there was somebody in her life that it was a red car, so if they were trying, they knew her route home and were trying to lure her in, I mean, that's very risky. I can't imagine that somebody would take that risk, but that would be the only thing that would make sense if somebody was trying to, you know, or being in the car with her if she had somebody in her life that,
yeah. So where did they go?
Whatever that, like,
I mean, the thing is, I think you know, she went in the neighborhood back there and she climbed the fence and went over there. You know, that's about the only thing that there is. There isn't. You don't see anybody else. You don't see anybody get out. You can't see it on the video. People claim they do. They're just, you know, you can't see. It's too pixelated. Things are moving around. And the only thing that makes sense logically, based on what you see in the video, is that it pulled up. The reason it pulled over, we don't really know. It did have its flashers on. Maybe she did think she saw a child. I just can't make it make sense that there's some ruse where there's a little kid there, and now we're having a Oompa Loompa, an abductor, and her having to go over a fence into a neighborhood that has cameras all over the place to get into another car to get the hell out of there. Yeah, so that's where it doesn't.
This is my last thought, because I know you have callers waiting. Did you do the daylight overlay? Because I know you did that with.
Well, this doesn't matter on that. Yeah, I mean, I could do something like that, but it's just sort of...
Doesn't matter. I think down the rabbit hole did...
Right, because everybody goes, "Ooh, do you see that really cool thing that
Gray must have done this.
Look at how cool the thing that Gray made. I got to do the same thing on this one because it's a camera," even though it has no relevance whatsoever. It's just, this isn't one of those ones where you need the daylight thing so that you can see, like... where a car went into the water. You know, you can see on here what you can see. You can see the people walking around.
Yes, I agree. I agree, but this is my last thought. If she had a significant other, let's just say, whether it was a stalker or significant other, whatever. Let's just say, remember, she stopped for food somewhere. Let's just say somebody approached her at that place. Maybe this is far-fetched, but I'm just going to throw this out there because nothing else makes sense in my brain.
See if you can do it pretty quickly. I got 3 people waiting.
And I follow and watch all your lives.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
What if they were in the car with her, going down that stretch of highway and pulled over? We don't see a child. We don't see any of that stuff, but we do see somebody get out of the driver's side, go to the right. I did see a little bit of a reflection, could be pixelation, whatever, Jesus. Somebody on the other side.
Oh, God.
What if it was a guy
the
saying,
person moved
"You're
over.
Now going to call 911"?
What if they were on the other side and they said, "You've won the lottery, and I got to take you, hurry up to the store and get some lottery tickets and cash it in"? I mean, there's a lot of what ifs. Too many what ifs. All you see right here is
$1 billion
Powerball. All you see right here is the guy she does. Okay, let's just say it. She gets out of the car, walks around to the back.
I can't
and that's
see it. I wish I could see you doing this.
Well, I don't know why you couldn't see it, because I made a version where I removed all of the flashing, and it's really clear. I mean, honest to God, like you can see the person walking.
Oh no, I did. I watched your lives. It's just that I'm calling in now, and I don't have another.
Yeah.
I don't have my laptop with me, so I can't see what you're showing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to get these other calls, but hey, I appreciate you calling in and having all those different ideas. All right, have a good one. See you.
You bet.
All right.
You too. Bye.
Yeah. All right, 503, you're on.
503, you're on. Hello?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's going on?
Hello, Greg?
Yep. Who's this?
Yeah, this is David from Portland, Oregon.
Yep. Hey, cool. Portland.
Yeah, I have. Yep. I've been watching some of your show. I haven't caught all of it. I have seen a little bit of other news, so I apologize if I'm repeating. But one of the questions that I have is, do we know, relative to the video that you're showing, when the calls came in? Like, do we know that she called her relative when she's parked by the side of the road,
or might these calls have happened before?
Well, I thought they lined up. I mean, we don't really have verification of exactly when every single, the timing of everything. Does everybody have the time of the 911 calls where it's proven? Anybody out there? Yeah. I don't think so. I'm just asking people.
Because, I mean,
I know what you're saying. I mean, I get what you're saying. She could have done the whole thing earlier and then pulled over and took off or whatever.
Right. Well, one of my questions is, we don't even know that the person standing outside of the vehicle is her.
No. Well, yeah. I think it's very likely it's her. I mean, I would say 99.9% that it's her. Yeah. But yeah, it might not be. There's that one chance.
I guess I just can't figure. Nothing makes sense to me, and that's why I'm considering things that seem strange.
Mm-hmm.
But because a trucker, I believe, or somebody called in saying that they saw the gray vehicle, but a light-skinned man standing beside, and I'm just wondering if maybe they saw the individual that you're showing on the videos, which wasn't her, but was
maybe the tan vehicle. Let's just throw if you want to go with your theory, that the tan vehicle was another moment in time prior, and she was abducted, put in that vehicle, and then somebody, another person got into her car, drove down the road there, and it's kind of weird to put the flashers on if you're trying to be sneaky. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So that makes that a little bit less likely, right? Like, hey, I'm going to put flashers on. Any cop coming by would go over to see if he needed some help, and then you're in trouble.
Agreed.
Right. So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, so I assume that the cops do have. I don't know how these things works, but they do have the timestamp on the video, but also the timestamp on the 911 call as well as the call to the relative. And I'm just wondering, did it happen there? Are we looking at the call when it's happening, or did that happen previously? Because the 911 call we hear did happen earlier because I guess the cops were already on the way. But as far as the call to the relatives, when was that?
Yeah, but how would the cops have known where she was unless she, if she called, how would the cops have known to be right where she was had they, had she called earlier somewhere? Because she drove down the road a little bit. So I think she may have. I think they were just really close,
Right. Well, right. So it could have been close. The other thing, I just don't know how this works, is do the cops track the phone or the original location where the 911 call was made?
I guess we don't know.
The phone was found here.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say. I mean, the thing is, the phone's there. So the phone's there on the ground.
Right,
so it seems like, to me, it just seems more likely she called right there.
They could track the phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they're gonna look. Yeah, apparently she had the Life 360 on it, and but then it was in the car, so now she can't be tracked, and her watch was in there. That could probably have some tracking ability on it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, no, it gets to the point where your mind goes into a loop. So I get kind of. This is sort of the Maura Murray story in a short version. I don't know if you know that one, but.
No, I don't. But it is strange.
It's almost identical. The Maura Murray, she's driving on this long road trip in an ice storm, pulls around a corner, stops. A bus driver drives by and asks if she's okay, and things like that. And then the bus driver keeps driving, and then she disappears off the face of the earth forever. Nope, that was like 15 years ago or so, and nobody's ever seen her since. It's just right there, and there's absolutely no reason. Nobody can figure out where the hell she went. I think she just walked off somewhere. But
right. Well, yeah. It's dangerous. I hate to speculate too much on these things, but yeah, if she had a psychological break or whatever, she could wander off. But this seems like a weird place if she was going to run away that you would do it.
It's also
here.
it's
And
weird.
again,
It's also weird. It's weird for anything, but I guess it isn't as weird in a scenario like you were just discussing. That maybe, well, everything's weird. Nothing makes sense because in the scenario where you get into the tan car, she gets abducted. And then one of the people in the tan, there's two people in that car. One of them gets out, gets into her car, drives it down, and then pulls over to the side of the road to ditch it and then run over. But why do they drive really slow with the the signal lights on the back going off? There's no hazard lights to say, "Hey, cops, I need help. Come arrest me."
Right.
So that doesn't make sense. So what's weird is there's never that one thing. There's nothing that you just go, "Yeah," except because even her pulling over and wanting to, the only thing that sort of makes sense is she wanted to make it look like she was abducted. And that's what her plan was, and then jumped over the fence and left. That's something that would be, okay, yeah, that's why it's weird that she pulled over right there. Pulling over in a parking lot somewhere and doing it wouldn't seem quite as much. It would seem like you left on your own. But this one makes it seem like you're abducted on the side of a highway. You make a phone call, you get a little scream going, and then boom, but you don't see anybody. There's no car in the video. There's no people. You see, it just gets nuts, this crazy one.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's different. If I wanted to just run off, I wouldn't do it on the side of a crowded highway. But if you want to make it look like an abduction and have witnesses, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, it's cool to have somebody from my hometown calling in.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, I live in Portland, but I do cases all around the world, really.
Oh, you're currently in Portland.
Yeah. I mean, this is where I'm sort of ashamed of saying it because it's such a horrendously downtown and everything, all the people lying around on the streets and everything like that. But hey, the beautiful state. I like that.
Oh, I don't know. I still like Portland, but okay. So I haven't listened to you before, but I guess maybe I have. You've been covering the women who have turned up dead around Portland.
Yep, I have done that.
Okay.
I actually went to all four of the spots, all four of them. Well, four of the ones that I think that are connected.
I saw some of your coverage. I just didn't realize it was the same person.
Maybe I was in a different mood or something that night. Who knows? You never know. But I mean, I like Portland. I don't like how it's run. It's really embarrassing. They're always on news for, so it's unrelated to what we're talking about. But oh man.
Well, yeah, I arrived here 30 years ago, and it was the opposite. Everybody was saying Portland's such a wonderful place.
Right.
And I was like saying, no, don't say that. We already have enough people.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And now it's the opposite.
Yeah. Exactly. So, anyways, hey, I appreciate calling in. Calling again sometime. Yep. It's good to have the locals.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. See you.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye. Mm-hmm. $8.50. You're on.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. Who's this?
This is V from Florida.
V from Florida. What's going on?
Yes, this whole case is strange and very weird. Yeah, so, I was thinking perhaps, maybe something happened prior, and maybe somebody else, that might be somebody else, and maybe might not be her.
Mm-hmm.
It's just strange because, and then also the 911 call, I guess we probably have to sit around and wait if that 911 call is released to confirm that it was actually her who made that call, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And then the family member, to try to validate if the family member that she was speaking to is telling the truth, because if you're looking at this video and if this family member is saying that they were on the phone with her and they heard this scream,
mm-hmm.
You don't see no type of commotion going on out there. And another thing that piqued my interest is as the car is driving up and you're looking at the headlights, you don't ever see nothing or what should appear to be a toddler.
Yeah, well, there should be a car too. If she was abducted, you would think you'd see a car up there or a toddler, right?
Right. You don't see nothing, no figure of nobody. So what did she see? I mean, and was she hallucinating? Was she seeing a ghost, or is there some type of paranormal activity? Like, what's really going on?
Hey, you can't do the paranormal activity. Yeah, I know. Okay, I mean, but let's stay away from that one, okay, please, because then I'll have to play my. I have the sound effect that I play. Listen to this. This is the spirit box. Right. So we play that, and then we pretend we hear things. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just weird. It's just weird. I mean, and to just she just vanished like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, and then, as a female, I mean, and it's dark out there. Like, why would you walk in the woods or in that area? Like, it's pitch black out there. That's scary. You're by yourself. It's just, it's this whole thing is very strange.
Yeah, and but the thing that even the story of her, sort of disappearing on herself by pulling the car over and coming up with a ruse. Yeah, that one's it's even weird, but it's sort of less weird than a lot of them, because a minute ago, if you were just, I don't know if you could hear us talking, but we were talking about a car prior, maybe the gray car, she got abducted, put into that, and there was 2 people in that car. Then they took her car and drove down the highway and pulled over and parked it. But let me ask you this. If you were a criminal and you were just driving somebody's car to ditch it down the road a little bit, would you put your flashers on and drive slow to say, hey, cops, I'm right here? I mean, that just seems ludicrous, doesn't it? So that doesn't even make sense.
It is kind of weird, but if in fact that is a possibility, I mean, look how quick it happened. So I mean, first of all, the car was driving a bit slow down that shoulder and it stopped. Yeah. But then the individual quickly exit the car.
Well, I got one for you.
Came around the back.
Yeah. How about this? How about the hazard lights? If you get into a car you don't know, are you able to find those hazard lights really quick? Because I don't know where the hell they are.
It just depends. I know most cars, it's that, the red triangle.
Yeah, where is it though?
You kind of see them. Yeah. I get what you're saying. It's just weird. But then, like I said, with her vanishing like that, and we live in an age where it's a lot of technology, and to not even see what happened after the fact is just weird. Almost kind of reminds me of the Jelani Day case. He, nothing. He vanished without a trace. I mean, yet he eventually found his body, but the situation surrounding that was weird as well.
Wasn't that the guy that went to a pot shop before? And then,
yes, he went to the Hello Beyond before.
That was crazy.
They didn't never show any. They didn't show any footage of him in the parking lot. You don't see nothing along. I mean, they found his phone, but you didn't hear anything about his phone, and then his car, and then his body.
Yeah, I remember where they found the car, just sort of in this weird wooded area. It was just right in the middle of.
Yes.
It wasn't even that hidden. It was just sort of right there.
Yeah, but it was someone knew that area. But this whole case is very strange. But to vanish like that, again, I mentioned the whole paranormal thing might be some type of weird paranormal, something weird going on in that aspect. So.
Okay, well, you just never know, man. There's always a chance, right?
Yeah.
Well,
thank you so much for taking my call. I watch your videos, your show a lot, and you do great work.
Well, thank you.
With the whole Idaho stuff, and that's an interesting case as well. I'm keeping up with that Idaho case as well. But
Idaho 4.
Yeah, keep doing great work though.
Well, hey, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Have a good one. Bye. And thank you for the nice words. Don't get those too often. Woe is me. Woe is me. 410, you're on.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
It's Raisin. I'm Raisin from Maryland.
You're Raisin from Maryland?
Yep.
Well, what's going on, Raisin?
So, about the missing persons case.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Not gonna lie, I have my suspicions on it.
Can you get a little closer to your mic or something, or your phone? It's really quiet.
Is this better?
Yes, that's better.
Okay, so I feel like whoever abducted her had a plan to do it at night.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, no one can really see at nighttime, whereas in the daytime, you can see everything. So I feel like they had a plan.
Hey, by the way,
as a nighttime.
let me ask you something. Did you say raisin or raven like the bird?
Raven, like the bird.
Oh, okay. Well, that even sounded like raisin again. All right, so you think they had a plan? they had a plan, right? Okay.
Yeah. She even tweeted, like, I think it was like a few weeks ago or something, a few days ago, saying that people are creeping that someone was, like, watching her. I just saw that tweet from a different streamer.
Mm-hmm.
And with the Red Run incident, I had my suspicion on it.
What was the
like,
tweet that you're talking
bad
about?
suspicion.
What was the tweet? What did it say?
It said something about the line, like, people are creeps, and there's this one person watching me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can...
Right. They were just saying, like, this... Yeah, but, I mean... So, ask yourself this. Let's say there's some... Do you think if there was a creep that was stalking her, how would they have gotten her?
Well, maybe they've watched her every move, because there's many ways of watching people's moves without the person knowing. That's my only guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the red roof incident, I just had my suspicions on it, because they said that she had left all her personal belongings near the car.
Mm-hmm. Like they found belongings on the ground there, yeah.
Yeah, so how would she be able to get in contact with her family unless someone let her use their phone, which it can't be ruled out, I guess. But, like, the thing is that, like, you would think that the parents would be able to recognize her voice, and they still haven't found her.
Yeah.
So, like, I still have my suspicions on that.
What do you think of the earlier in the evening, the hotel that said that one of the family members was there and said that they got a call from her from the hotel, and it made it all the way into the system where police were dispatched out there. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I just feel like it was someone else, like, doing, like, a voice changer to try to, like, sound like her. Because with technology these days, you could use voice changers, AI filters, etc.
Yeah, but
so,
the family said that the call never happened. That's what they're saying. So the hoax would be at a different level. It would be somebody pretending to be the hotel person saying, "Hey, I'm over at this hotel," but you'd think that the 911 dispatcher, because they have your address of where you're calling from. So I'm not sure how that could be faked. So somebody would have had to go into the hotel and pretend that they were a family member, tell the Red Lion person something, then the Red Lion call. Let's see, how did that work? Yeah, I mean, it's so weird because the person. Okay, so the person that went into the Red Lion, they would have to be pretending to be a family member who is pretending that she called and just merely tells the hotel manager, or the person at the desk. Then they call the cops and send them out, but that whole thing was fake. Yeah, the red roof. Yeah. Not the Red Lion. We got Red Lions over here. Anyways.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem right to me. This whole case is just
it's crazy.
Weird and mysterious. It just gets you, like, off the charts a little bit.
Yeah, it's a pretty weird one. So,
Yep.
you mind if people are trying to figure out if how old are you?
21.
See, guys? They thought you sounded younger.
I get that a lot. A lot of people think I'm between 14 and 16. Plus, I have the baby face.
Oh,
so you're
That's
not the only one. You're not the only one who think I'm younger.
That's pretty funny. Everybody's
I
going,
get
no
that a
way.
lot.
Everybody's typing in, no way, no way, no way, in the chat.
Yeah, I get that a lot. So I'm used to it by now.
That's pretty funny. Hey, but listen, I thank you for calling in. It was interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good one. Call in again sometime.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. 479, you're on.
Grant Hughes. I can't believe it.
Who's this?
This is Daphne.
Hey, how's it
It's
going?
Daphne.
How's it going, Daphne?
I've been trying to call in and couldn't get through, but here I am. Let me turn you up because I can't hear you very well. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
No echo?
No echo.
Fantastic. Okay, I've been getting a lot of heat today, and I mean a lot of heat, because I'm with you. I think she had some kind of a psychotic break.
Why do you get heat from it, though? You know, it's like... Why are you getting heat for it?
I don't know. People have been jumping on my ass all day over it.
Well, let me hear...
You know,
okay.
left
Before I say why are you getting heat for it, let me hear what you think.
Okay. Well, just because of... I've been trying to educate people today is the thing, you know, and sometimes people don't want to know. But schizophrenia, okay, she is ripe for the picking, okay? You're born with schizophrenia. It doesn't manifest itself until the late teens or early 20s. And it's usually during a time of high stress that they'll break. And they'll have that first psychotic break. They can hear voices. They can see hallucinations. They can feel people touching them that aren't there. And it happens quick. Nobody knows it's coming. So I'm looking at this, just from what I've seen, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, if that's the case, she may very well believe that child is real.
Mm-hmm.
And she may very well still see that child with her. If it's a mental health schizophrenic break, that's the only thing I'm saying on it, you know. She may be hiding somewhere with the child that isn't really there. You know what I'm saying? Thinking she's protecting the child or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that that's exactly what it is, but I just want to look at all options, and I've worked with a lot of schizophrenics, and I've seen how things go, and, you know, it's just, you know, she's in nursing school, and let me tell you, that's stressful. It doesn't get a whole lot higher stress than that. So, you know, if she's hit with high stress right now, and she just can't...
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
makes
how
sense.
it could happen.
And she seems like she's a little bit stressed about her personal life, it seems like. You know, she wanted somebody to, you know, wanted a family, but now, God, she's probably thinking she's getting old at 25, which is pretty funny. I mean, but, you know, it's like,
Right.
you know, and then maybe doesn't feel like she's in a good place with a relationship, and, you know, it's going to go a long way. She wants to have a kid, and she got to go to nursing school, which is pretty tough, and, you know. Yeah, so I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it just kind of all, for me, you know, it all factors in and makes sense if that's what it is. It makes sense to me that could be what it is. You know, I've heard people today talking about she's too smart to have a mental break, and that's just not true.
Yeah, and also, what does that even mean?
I know.
Like, so only dumb. Okay, I guess by that logic, only dumb people have mental breaks. Yeah.
Yes, that's how it was laid out today in any chat I was in, and I just want to educate people on that kind of stuff. I don't think, you know, I'm not one that blames mental illness on everything. You know, there's things we have to be responsible for what we do, you know, but there are serious mental illnesses, and schizophrenia is one of them, you know, and she'll be like this forever if that's what it is, which is sad. They'll get her on medication, and then they are always, the ones I've always met, they're very highly intelligent people. They're very kind, you know, and they're honest.
So, you mean sometimes
you know?
they're kind, right? And then when sometimes they're not.
Well, I mean their personality
Yeah.
normally,
Mm-hmm.
when they're not in a psychosis.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But just you know,
I think we have somebody
that
we have somebody that actually shows up to our chats that's very similar to that. It's weird.
Is that right?
Yeah, like sometimes they're really
Well,
nice, and then the next time they're just an absolute monster to every single person. It's weird.
Oh, I don't think that's the problem. I think they're just an asshole.
I don't know. They're really nice sometimes, and then one day, boom, you never really know.
You never know. You never know. But I just wanted to put it out there because I've been trying to explain it all day to people, and all they do, they're like, oh God, everything gets blamed on mental health, you know. And I mean, I wasn't a Dr. Lewis fan during the Letitia trial. You know?
She was crazy.
She was, and I thought she was too. And I worked in the mental health profession for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, she's a nut to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just the criteria. She's right in that age range. She's under a lot of stress. She sees a child that nobody else seems to see, you know. And if that's it, I mean, if that's not it, then she's got to be up to something. But I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, because if that's what's going on with her, you know, I worry about her, and I hope that they find her.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm hoping she took off on her own and she's just fine.
I hope so, but we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, but one thing about the schizophrenic thing is, where would she? After it goes away, wouldn't she come back, or you know?
It doesn't come and go. She'll be like this until they get her leveled out on medications.
Oh, that's how it works. Okay. Yeah.
They have to take medications for the rest of their lives for the hallucinations and all of that. It's a sad illness. It's very sad. And I said that they were kind people because they generally are, and it makes me sad for them that that's how their life ends up, you know, when they wanted so much more for themselves, you know.
But what's the other personality where you have a different
people.
What's the one where you have like a different personality? What's that one? I mean, like that other illness that people have, where it's
what, the dissociative identity
no,
disorder?
no, I don't even believe in that thing. But anyways, the one that you go back and forth. Yeah, yeah, what's it called? Bipolar, something like that.
Oh.
But they wouldn't
just go through bouts of depression and then anxiety
But they don't have hallucinations. So in your scenario, you need to have hallucinations that she really thinks she saw a kid, and maybe she was chasing the kid into the woods, and you know. But it's just, where is she then? You know.
I know, but if she thinks she's protecting this kid that isn't there, there's no telling where she is and what she's doing.
Yeah.
If that's the case, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I've seen people try to dig their skin out, thinking that worms were in there. You know, I've seen a patient come in thinking the government is implanting something up his ass. You know, it's just they're not in reality, and they have these voices that they hear that tell them things, and they don't know what they're doing. They can't, you know. It's a sad illness. It really is.
Yeah.
But they're not all bad people.
All right.
You know?
Well, wait, what was your name again? You said it right when you got here, but it was fast for me.
It's Daphne.
Oh, Daphne, yeah.
I'm one of the day freaks.
Yeah, you're one of the day freaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And tomorrow I think I'm going to start back up on... I got to get back to finish the herd thing. There's been so many kind of crazy things going on the last couple days. I switched the day show over to something else.
Well, that's all right. I mean, anything you put out is always enjoyable. I always like it.
Well, thank you.
I come running here when it gets crazy out on the YouTube streets. When I want the truth, I come here.
Right, but why would you ever not want it, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, I would want it. I do want it.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah.
Well, hey.
But people don't realize,
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Daphne. We'll see you.
All right. Well, it's nice to meet you, Gray.
Well, I mean, by voice, yes, that was good. Hopefully, maybe one of these days we can all. There'll be like a crime con in the middle somewhere in the country. We can all go to the same one.
That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be.
We'd have to have Kay bring her gin, though.
Oh yeah. She has a whole room filled with gin bottles. That's pretty funny.
Open bar.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for calling
in.
We'll
so that's about all I had to say. So.
Yeah, we'll see you
I
tomorrow.
appreciate you taking my call.
Yeah, no, it was fun. All right, have a good one.
It's hard to make your point in chat sometimes,
Yeah.
People telling me I was trying to degrade her, and that makes me sad that they think that's being degraded.
Yeah.
She does have some kind of a mental illness like that.
Yep.
All
right.
But
we'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna do Amber Heard tomorrow. We're gonna do Amber Heard tomorrow.
All right. I'll be there because I've been sick and I'm just about laid out on my NyQuil now. So I'll be there in the morning though.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you then.
Thanks, Gray.
Have a good one. Sleep well.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Daphne, one of the day freaks. 4:35. You're on.
Hello.
Hello. Who's this?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
This is Zachary.
Zachary, you said?
Okay. Sorry, there was an echo. Hi. So we got this case, but we don't have the phone call.
Yeah, the 911.
There's a major problem.
Yeah.
Okay, there's an echo. My bad.
Well, you have to turn it. Well, you have to turn up the audio that you're listening to. Just use your phone. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually outside. So
there you go.
So we don't have the phone call. So she turned on her hazards, and she kept driving in that car when it was pitch black, 20 feet in front of her. So if she turned on the hazards, that implies that something had already gone wrong. She had already.
Well, that's where you think maybe she'd already seen. Like, you're driving down the highway, you see a kid, then you want to pull over, so you turn on your hazards to pull over over there. But then she's like 0.4 miles away. So when you first watch the video, she drives like almost 0.4 miles before she pulls over, but her hazard lights were on the whole time. There was a whole bunch of times where she could have pulled over in that video early and been closer to the quote kid that she saw,
So that almost discredits the kid theory. I mean, if she turned on her, why else would she have turned on her hazards so far before she saw?
Well, the theory on that is that she. Well, the theory on that is that she did a loop. Okay. She drove by the first time, and then she drove down to the next exit, turned around, came back, went back to the north exit, and then came back around and turned the hazard lights on in the general area where she remembered seeing the child to start looking and driving a little slower.
Okay, so that's an interesting hypothesis. And I actually had discussed that with somebody earlier, and we saw the thing in your chat that asked, did she do a loop? But the question is if you see a kid on the side of the highway, I mean, there weren't that many, I mean, there are cars on the highway, but why would it have taken her, why wouldn't she have just pulled over immediately? Why would you go all the way to an exit, get off the exit, turn back around onto the highway again, and then get off on another exit and come back around again to search for the kid? So that definitely could be the case, but that's very interesting if she would have turned around like that. And if she didn't turn around, which you would think, I guess the camera quality is so bad that they wouldn't know it's her car, but you would think she would have just pulled over. Another thing is the question of the abduction is kind of a weird hypothesis, because she's out in the middle of the woods and there are probably 10,000 cars per hour driving down that highway. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, maybe. But either way, there's a lot of cars driving by. There's no. Here's the thing. I can watch. You can see the lights while the cars are driving. You can't see anything. There's no other cars. in front of her, like before she even stops. Cars drive by. There's no car there. There's no car that ever shows up where she is. She pulls over.
Right.
Well, who's abducting her? Somebody that was in the woods?
Who?
And then there's no way. It's crazy.
How would you know that you're gonna get a beautiful young girl and not old Randall from the farm nearby? This is in Alabama. It's out in the middle of the woods. How would you know who you're gonna get?
Well, we were talking about most of this stuff earlier in the show, but I even said, how do you know you're not going to get a 6'7" football player?
Right.
But like, okay, so the thing is you could say that what was it? You're not gonna, that it was just really a robbery sort of thing. Like it wasn't targeted at a specific person, but it was for whoever fell into the trap. But see, that doesn't. This whole thing, there's nothing about it. There's always a counter to every single thing in this case. Yeah.
Well, there is, and they're in the woods. I mean, this is
not in the woods, but they're right on the side of the road there.
Well, I mean, but into that, I imagine it's dense forest. I mean, they're in Alabama. I've driven through there, and it's incredibly dense forest on both sides of that sort of highway.
But I know, but we were already looking at it. On the side of the road that she got on, it's not, and she didn't cross the road. You agree with that, right? She didn't cross the freeway. No, she didn't cross the freeway because there's no car stopped or nothing. And then on her side of the road that she got out on, you have, let me see, hold on a second. In feet, there is 190 feet of woods, and then a massive high value home neighborhood. That's it. There's nothing.
No,
it's crazy. I don't know if you can see it on the screen if you're watching, but
if
you look at that,
she
went over here. So later, if you watch it, you can see, I'll leave it on the screen right here, and you can see how that went. It's pretty crazy.
Okay, so that's massive. So I pictured a dense, thick forest that probably had, a mile or more of distance until you reach some sort of structure or some sort of area where you could have a car parked. So if that's the case, that's definitely something that I didn't know about. So
it makes you think more like she did it like it's something she planned, because it's an easy trek through those woods and you go somewhere, or because it's really hard to imagine that somebody waited around for a car to stop right there.
Right, just some random person, right? You're just going to wait for some random, could be anybody, like just like you're saying, could be a 6'4" football player, or it could be some guy who carries a gun into the woods because he's afraid of animals or something like that. Like,
so she does this loop. So to make it all work for the people that think, she does the loop, and because there really was a small childlike person. So she drives around, does the loop again, comes back, turns on her hazard lights, and slowly driving around, and then there it is again. They're standing right there, pulls over, gets out, and then she's abducted. But then you have to go, oh shit. There was no car there, so this person grabs her and then throws her over this fence that's actually in the woods there that goes into that neighborhood. And then they struggle, and they go in this neighborhood that has 1 million cameras in it. And how does that all work? It doesn't.
It's very, we need to know, first of all, we need that tape to determine how long of a duration there was between the moment when she allegedly screamed. I heard she screamed at some point at the end of the tape. We need to know how long the duration of the audio call was. And we also need to know what the dogs did, because those dogs, as soon as they get out on that scene, they're tracking, and there were clothes there that were left, her phone, right?
Yeah, a whole bunch, I think her phone, watch, clothing, some.
So they would have used that.
There was just stuff. I don't even know if it wasn't even in the car either. Some of the stuff was on the ground, it sounded like, the way they worded it.
So it's a very interesting case. I'm going to let you go. I know you have a lot of other callers, but I just thought this was, because one of my first hypotheses was that maybe she had planned it herself. But he just looked at her Twitter feed or her Facebook or something. It really doesn't look like there's a lot of mental illness abound. I hope we figure out what happens. This is, it's horrible what has happened. I hope she's okay, but it's a big mystery. I think we're all hoping that there's some sort of resolution as soon as possible.
Yeah. Well, I hope that, I hope it's the scenario where she just took off, and then she's doing okay.
She's 25. She's in nursing school.
Right,
If she
except
did take off.
I mean, maybe she was just frustrated with a lot of different things. We don't really know anything about her, to be honest.
But where would she go? I mean,
knows?
unless she met someone there.
Yeah.
Like, how much money did she have saved?
Well, maybe, no, I mean, I don't mean like
just
take off, like like she probably just wanted to get away. My theory, I mean, it's not really a theory; it's just a thought that I had was that she wanted to create a ruse to make it seem like she was abducted, and then see who really cares, and and then maybe at some point she'll come back and fake that she was abducted or something. There's been 2 or 3 cases just like that of people doing that.
Well, I was saying, I wonder if she had some rich parents, because then maybe she could fake an abduction and then have them call in a ransom or something like that, like out of the movies. But it's really fascinating that the dogs, if there was such a short distance, and if she were mentally ill, she wouldn't be thinking about, I need to cover my tracks. So like, it would be so easy for the animals. They're trained. Those animals are professionally trained to take a scent and to hunt it through whatever terrain they need to find their target.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they did that. You would think in the last couple of days they did that with the
absolutely. Those
scent
dogs
dog.
would have been there within the hour.
Yeah.
So it's very mysterious. I mean, if they haven't found her, the dogs didn't lead them to some sort of a body or to some sort of a trail that maybe dead-ended at that fence or something like that, then something really weird is going on. And maybe there's a lot of hypotheses. I look forward to seeing what other people have to say.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you for
right.
having me on your show.
Hey, thanks for calling in. Zachary, you said your name was?
Zachary, yes.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
calling
you.
in. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Really nice to talk to you. Bye.
You too, bye. Yep. All right. Thank you. Last caller, 724, you're on.
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
Pebbles.
Pebbles. Oh, I should have known that.
Pebs.
What's going
oh my
on?
God, are we live? Because you were still talking to the last dude.
Have you thought of this could be an algae bloom, Pebs?
Listen, I was just going to tell you, I did not call you to tell you that theory whatsoever.
There's no algae bloom.
However, hold on one second. I got to fix my system here. Hold on one second, Greg. Hey, freak. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, to give my little opinion on this story, I've been watching it all day, and it was on like our local news in Pennsylvania. And by the way, they caught that son of a bitch who escaped from jail. Did you know that?
Which
in
guy?
Pennsylvania, the one in Pennsylvania who jumped on the gym equipment and made a rope out of his. Have you heard that?
Oh, I didn't even. Well, I don't want. Let's just talk about this case
anyway,
right here.
back to this story. Okay, so here's the thing. I watched. Okay, the closest theories that I've seen people calling you, the one that I would believe the most would be mental illness. That's it. That's the bottom line. But I did watch her family being interviewed earlier, Gray. I watched her family being interviewed, and they are
I've seen that.
heartbroken and devastated.
Yeah.
And you got 1,500 people watching this show right now.
Oh, I do? I didn't even know. I didn't
And
even look.
who knows if one of them could be that. My honest opinion is let's let it play out, because all these theories are, I mean, some of the theories, oh my God, with aliens, great, come on. Come on. I mean, I'm sick. When I saw the family being interviewed, I could just imagine myself sitting there being interviewed because one of my family members did something like this, and they mentioned nothing of her having mental illness. And she was in nursing school, right?
Yeah, except there's questions. Would your parents really admit something like that? They want people to be looking around.
My parents? Oh, hell yeah. My mom would be up on it, and you know.
The way it works is, in society, is if somebody says, if you're a missing person and you go, oh, yeah, well, they've got mental illness, they're schizophrenic, everybody goes, oh, okay. And they don't,
yeah, I know.
And the story doesn't.
Isn't that scary? Isn't that suck?
Well, yeah, that does suck. And then the story, nobody cares quite as much then, because at that point it's like, oh, I don't get to have the juicy abduction story.
And you know what, Gray? That double sucks, because there's such a broad mental illness thing in this country.
Yeah.
And trust me, my son has mental illness that would blow your mind off. It would blow. I mean, that's besides the point. I can't believe my mama isn't imploding because she lost 3 of her children. You know what I'm saying? But the mental illness thing.
But we don't know if there's a mental illness. But apparently,
anything.
I want to listen to the press conference because somebody was saying earlier about the press conference when the guy was asked that question. The guy speaking, he sort of dodged it a little bit. He didn't say no. We don't have any signs.
What the sheriff?
Yeah, the first interview, the press conference.
I did not watch that. I just watched her family being interviewed.
Yeah.
Regardless, like I said, they are absolutely besides themselves. Gray, it's so heartbreaking to hear people come on any channel, let alone the most famous channel on earth, yours.
You know what I'm saying?
And make innuendos about her. But because the family could be watching you right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they probably don't like a...
Let's just make it straight arrow until we know.
I wonder what the... I mean, I'm not sure what the family's theory is, but...
They don't have a theory. They're just devastated. They don't know. They have no clue what happened. They know what we know about the phone calls. And they went there, and there is no sign or anything of her. They found her car, and they're like you and me right now. They're devastated.
Yeah.
Well, I'm devastated
I'm
because
not,
of it.
well, here's the thing: is I don't know them. I feel bad for the parents, and I have a feeling.
I don't know them either.
I feel like something positive. It'll be a good outcome, but I mean, I don't know.
I hope so. I pray that.
You know,
I really do, Gray. I hope so because.
But I always feel bad for the family
You can tell in the family how painful. You know, you can tell when you look at somebody if they're lying.
Right.
These people are in pain.
Well, missing person cases are the worst there is on family members.
Especially this case.
Because
especially a case like this.
And you're in limbo for basically forever until the person's
right,
found.
Right, until boom, 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 boom. I hope we find her. I really do, Gray, because this caught me today. This and the fact that they caught that asshole that escaped from prison in Pennsylvania. They caught him. He was on the run for days. Sorry, freaks, but I got to change the subject 1 second. He was. I live in Pennsylvania. Listen, with my window open every day, here he is jumping out of a window or jumping over a gym equipment with a rope he made out of sheets, rolling around the freaking neighborhoods.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Well, they caught him today. So.
Okay, cool. Hey, how's your mom doing?
I could put my frying pan
I
gotta
get these other 2 calls. I've been on for 3 hours and 18
minutes.
I
know, Great. I love you guys. I love you, freaks.
How's your mom doing?
Taking my call.
Well, how's your mom
I did
doing
donate earlier, so I love you, babes.
Well, thank you. How's your mom doing, really quick?
Oh well, she's missing her other baby. I told you my sister died, dude.
I'm just wondering how she's doing, but.
Call her and ask her, Gray. You got her phone number.
She was so she's so
She'd
nice.
love to hear from you.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
She would love to hear from you. She adores you. Come on.
All right. Well,
okay,
hey,
guys. Good night, freaks.
Thanks for calling
I'll be watching your show. Love.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye. Pebs. There is no algae bloom in her theory. Hey, Cindy, it's okay if people want to think that there's a possibility of some... You're trying to make a theory work here. This doesn't make sense no matter what theory you want to say. So when people are saying maybe there's a mental break of some sort, it's a maybe. Nobody knows the answers to anything. It's just, I think it's more plausible than saying, oh, she did all these loops, loop-de-loo, driving around, and on the second loop there happened to be... and there's this little person... literally an Oompa Loompa inside the woods there, standing there, and she pulls her car over, and somebody abducted her right then, bringing her back towards the woods where there's a fence that you have to get her over the top of the fence and over the fence, and then we go into this neighborhood where there's all these people with cameras, and we get into a car, and, okay, that makes sense. 412, you're on.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Stella. I've talked to you before. I've called in before.
Stella.
Hi. So I don't really have an opinion on what I think happened because I think it's kind of, the whole thing's crazy, but I do have a couple questions for you. You said that you feel that maybe she might have walked off on her own, correct?
Well, man, I wouldn't say like just. I mean, yeah. I mean, she pulled the car over, did something, some sort of a ruse of some sort, and then went through the woods into the neighborhood on her own, walked somewhere, and I don't know if she had another way out, like somebody was picking her up, or how that worked.
Well, is the fence verified? I mean, does anyone know if there really is a fence?
Well, I can see it. I don't know if it's electrical or not, but you know.
No, not electric. But if there's a fence, I mean, even if she did walk away on her own, how would she get through the fence?
Well, you just climb it, you know, like we all did when we were younger. You know. Yeah. I mean, that's not the fence I'm talking about. It was up higher. Yeah, go ahead.
Also, someone else said that I don't know if this is true or not, but I guess somebody else called in about seeing a child. Has that been verified?
I don't think anything's been verified when somebody says they saw another child.
Okay, and then they also said that, I guess a trucker said they saw a gray car. I've watched the video over and over, and I don't see any car pull up in front of her at all.
Right, there's nothing in the video.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. Also, do you know if anyone has deployed scent dogs?
Mm-hmm. We don't know if they did, but I would think they would, right? Wouldn't that be one of the first things you do? Right after.
I'm a pretty small I'm a pretty small person, and I've climbed fence before. I just feel like it would be a little hard to climb the fence. I'm a pretty small person. I'm pretty agile. It happened so fast. I just don't see her climbing the fence that fast.
Well, I mean, how do we know?
And even if she would have walked away.
Right, but when you say fast, well, I mean, what does it matter? I mean, like, she just would have walked down there. It's like 200 feet into the woods, so she could take her time climbing the fence and get out of there. Nobody's looking in the woods for a while. People pull up and, you know. Wait, hold on. They said the phone pinged on the road. Wait, what am I looking at? Somebody typed in, look at. What am I looking at? Type in the sentence after look at. All right, go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, and even if she would have walked along the fence with all the lights of the cars, you would have seen her walk along the fence. It's like I see something there. I see somebody standing there, and then in the next minute, it just disappears. It's crazy. Like, I don't see anything walking towards the woods. It's just 1 minute there's something there, and then the next minute it's like not there anymore. I didn't see, and I watched all the way from when she started to pull over. I don't see any child in the lights or anything of the video. Like,
so
nothing.
wait, hold on a second.
I didn't see any child.
People are saying in the chat that she was found. Who's saying that she was found? Where is it? Give me a link somewhere, somebody. People are all believing somebody typing it in. Where is she found? Where is it? Quit typing in awesome news unless you saw it yourself, everybody. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just wanted to call in and ask that. I really don't have an idea of what happened. I just wanted to see if the fence was verified, if anyone, knows that there was a fence and...
Yeah, okay.
And,
all right.
And the
yeah.
All right, thank you for your time.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but seemed like there was breaking news here, so sorry, thank you.
Was she found? Was she really
found? Well,
found?
that's what people are saying, so I gotta go look for it. So thank you. I'll check it out. I'll put it on the show.
Okay, you're welcome, and thank you for your time.
Well, thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, who's sending me the... oh, by the way, thanks to Suzanne... let's see, Persephone's Pomegranate Tito, and Norm. Good to see you, Norm. Thank you. Appreciate it. On PayPal there. So who's sending me the link? Okay, here's the link. See? Carlee's been found safe. Well, somebody's saying it right here. But what does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. It's like, who has an official link somewhere? Send it to me. Looks like there's a tweet. Not sure if it's real. Okay. Could this be another hoax again? Just like the Red Roof Inn? Or I like to call Red Lion? Just kidding. Hey, Annie T, you keep typing to people that we don't know. He's just parroting something somebody else said. He doesn't know either. Come on, you guys. Let's wait for some official word somewhere. Where did they report it? Where's my link? Yeah, I've been taking phone calls, so I don't have a way to... Let me... Alright, hold on a second. Hey, 513, you're on.
Well, all right, man. What's happening? How you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not sure what's going on, but I just wanted to let you know that I got to get to these. We've got it looks like breaking news, like she's been found and stuff like that. So.
Right. I think I just saw that.
So I got to get to that, but I don't mean to. So do you have a quick thought you want to throw in there?
Yeah, no, now that popped up, I want to kind of see if that's confirmed, but it does seem like from the video that she did loop around because she probably passed the child at a higher rate of speed, and possibly after that, the child, which wasn't reported missing because it was part of the robbery plan, would have been in the woods. She would have went towards the woods and could have easily got snatched because that fence looks pretty porous.
Okay. Yeah, I mean...
But I'll let you...
Yeah, it could be something. I mean, we don't know what the reason for her disappearing is, but looks like she's been found now. So somebody got... Truth Sleuth sent me. It says, I just got confirmation. This is from Janice Rogers of WBRC. She said, I just got confirmation from Angela Harris that Carlee Russell is alive. More details as I get them. All right?
Damn.
So that's pretty good news, though, right? That's what we all want.
Yeah, you know it. Some people don't, but you're right.
Yeah, they like it to be more something bigger and more sensationalistic, so they can bring in their what do you call it, the moral superiority complex. Oh, look at me! You know, I don't know. It's just weird. I like to have good outcomes, and when there's complicated cases, try to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
So I guess we have to wait and see what happened.
And it also seemed like eventually it should be enough video evidence to say, because like you said, like you showed, it appeared that she, if anything, from that video walked away from that car. Now, the reports is true that somebody could have been next to, okay, but from the way the video appears, it appears that she walked away. Now, if that's the case, it would seem like it'd be some more video to surface if it's within that neighborhood, or if she walked or was abducted. If it seemed like it really shouldn't be too difficult of a problem to solve. With the cameras located everywhere.
Well, but it was weird because on the cars that were driving by, you could tell there was no other car there where she pulled over. So if she was abducted, what did they do? Because her car stayed there. They took her back through the woods over a fence. I mean, that part's weird. So she could have gone over a fence by herself and went and did something. I mean, we don't know what the rest of it is. I'd like to hear the story, and I want somebody... This might be something we got to wait a long time to get an actual answer, because there might be a story that's put out there that isn't really what happened, like we've seen in other cases, and we're going to have to wait a while until police confirm what actually happened. So...
I know, like that dumbass Jussie Smollett case.
or exactly like that, or Papini. I don't remember if you remember her. She said she was abducted by two Mexican women, and she was burnt and kept alive. And then it turns out she just was with an ex-boyfriend, and I mean, it's just the most ludicrous shit ever.
What was the lady name who had her kids in the trunk and said a black guy did it?
Yeah, I mean, it's always pin it on a minority, Oh, they'll believe it.
mean,
That's ridiculous.
For a great part of America's history, they would believe it. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully it sounds so ludicrous at this point that people don't believe them anymore. So, anyways, hey, I appreciate you calling in. That's good news. Let's go check out some news. Watch the show. We'll put it on the on the air. So.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. What was your name again?
I'm the one to be commenting, question everything community, but my name James. Man.
James? Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate you questioning things. Have a good one.
No doubt. All right, peace.
All right, see ya. All right. So, I mean, basically, I don't know if there's much more than this, but here's the thing, the tweet by Janice Rogers. This Angela Harris is the other thing. That is what somebody else put out. So I just got confirmation from Angela Harris that Carla Russell is alive. More details as I get them. So does she have a Twitter, this lady? Let's see. But I have a feeling it's going to be closer to, the theory that I'm putting out there. And I think a lot of people agree that it looks more like she did something. She took off, right? But it could be that she was abducted and was let go, okay? But I'm just not seeing that. That's why we might have to wait a while, because if she did fake it, she's going to keep going with it and pretend that that's what happened. Okay, so we'll have to wait for the cops, then we'll have to do an investigation, and then we'll see what happens. Maybe there really is something. It could be that she did this whole thing to... that's just... I don't even know, man. It's, the blinking lights driving for 0.4 miles is pretty strange. That's something that throws things off. It's like a red herring. Well, we don't know yet, Pink Skies, what's going on, so... We'll see what happens. But we don't know if it's small lead or any of that crap right now. We just know right now that she's alive. And my theory is that she left. Just the fact that she's alive doesn't discount any of the theories that people have had. It could just mean that somebody let her go at some point. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying that myself, Cindy. Nobody, but you don't need to type it in yourself. I'm doing the show, okay? Nobody's reading what you're saying to go, oh, Cindy said that? We better... Yeah. I don't know who Angela Harris is, but it's definitely out there. Let me see what this one said. Okay, here's another thing here. Hold on.
Breaking news out of Hoover, and we have been watching and hoping for the best in this case. Hoover police and volunteers all working nonstop to find missing 25-year-old Carlee Russell.
There's a dog right there, you guys.
Since
There's
last
a dog.
night when she was possibly abducted on I-459, and the community continues to hope and pray that she will be found safe.
Carlee's mother saying this is what she was wearing last night before she disappeared: a black Nike shirt and black pants and white tennis shoes. Anjanae Robinson has been covering this story all day. Anjanae, police talking about a possible witness who reported seeing a man standing outside of Carlee's vehicle. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, that's right, Sarah. The Hoover Police Department is calling this a very unique case as they continue the search. Officers tell me that they're working with local, state, and...
So the thing is she's alive. That's all we know right now. So don't all of a sudden I don't know what the reasoning for judging, saying, "Oh my God." I mean, if she was dead, then you'd be happy, and then you wouldn't cut her down. I mean, there's really no reason to be cutting her down because we don't know what the story is right now. Okay.
Federal agencies doing everything they can to find the PM.
So this is older.
A single witness has reported possibly seeing a gray vehicle with a light-complected male standing outside.
I wonder if we should play that. That's already, we already played that one. So let me. Where's that press conference? Did I play that yesterday? I don't even remember now. It was this morning, wasn't it? Yeah, this is wild. It's strange. I don't even remember when I played that. Was that yesterday or this morning? Man, that's just absolutely crazy. It's been another one of those really long days. So, well, it sounds like good news, everybody. I appreciate it. If you guys want to do any last minute help on the super chats, that'd be great, everybody. A little bit kind of a crazy slow night for a night with 1,500 people watching. Who cares where he is, Lisa? Who gives a shit where he is? Hey, thanks, Quinn B. I think we all need to know the answer to this. How do you do all of us, but also keep yourself grounded, detached? This world is so negative. Yeah. Don't know. Yeah, anyways. Thank you to... Where is it? I hope you guys appreciate the way I covered this. We don't know where it's going to end up, but, hopefully the best news would be if the theory that I, kind of was trying to show on the show here is what happened. Because then there aren't nefarious actors out there. It's just sort of somebody that was having a problem, right? So she was found and taken to the hospital, but that still doesn't mean anything like somebody assaulted her or something like that. What it means is that she could have had like a breakdown and she was taken to the hospital. No idea. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm not saying it's one way or the other. I lean towards that this is something that she manufactured on her own or with somebody's help and then decided she didn't want to do that. But it sounds more like on herself, by herself, and I actually think that Daphne might be onto something. If you think back to what she said here, and everything kind of might be fitting into that. That's something we said too, that maybe there was a mental break a while ago. Don't know though. Nobody knows the answer to that. Could be actually true. Everything that was said was true. It just, I'm having a hard time making it make sense. Like, where did she go? That doesn't even make any sense, Cindy. Use a different word. Nobody knows what that means. She's been found safe. Showed up at her parents'. And then they took her to the hospital? Huh. She showed up at her parents' house. Interesting. Wonder how that happened. So she was abducted by a really kind abductor? My prediction is that this is something that was manufactured, intentionally done, whether she wanted to or not. But I'm not saying it is one way or the other. That's just what I'm getting from the information, because you have a car that pulls over to the side of the road, everybody, with absolutely no other vehicles anywhere near it on the side of the road. She pulls over, and she gets out of the car, and there's no other person that just sort of pops into the scene or anything like that. And even if there was, how in the hell would this have all happened? I mean, somebody's going to be yelling. I mean, I guess if you had a gun, you got to be quiet, and then you have them climb a fence, and then you go into a neighborhood with a whole bunch of cameras in it. I don't know. Just, that kind of stuff bothers me, so that's where I'm leaning here. No audio, or just me? Hello. Well, it's just you then. It's just you, me. No audio or just me. It's just me. Audio, me. How do you even respond to somebody with a name like that? Hey, me. there's no audio, or is it just me? Well, me, there's no audio. It's not just you. That's pretty weird. Let me try that again. Me types in, no audio, or is it just me? No, me, the audio is just you. Wow. No, me, the audio is just you. Oh, that's the greatest thing in the world. Oh, man. Yeah. All right, so thank you to Claudia Newbauer, 42 months. Amanda Johnson, Claudia Newbauer, Eugenie gifted 5. Thank you. The Velvet Army, K-Me, Cindy J, Georgina Stoliker, Enigma and Trials, Eugenie, Caligal 3, American Lady, Web Weaver 68, Teresa Murray, Booberry, hey Blue. Oh wow, they are awake. Man, I thought they were just, that was like a frozen screen. Shamanov, Catering Wench, and that's literally her name. I didn't just call her that. Mag, Candlely Woodward Stone, Brown Eyed Girl 714, Trace, Chasing Truth, Danielle, Your Gypsy, Dreaming of Blue Skies and Sandy Beaches, Natalie Bell, Zozo. Every time I see Natalie Bell, I think of Maddie, like Natty Bell, Maddie Bell, Natalie Bell, Zozo, Oddball, K-Me, American Lady, Georgina Stoliker, Kevin Moley, Brina Deaver, Dreaming of Blue Skies and Sandy Beaches, Mag, and Paulette Leonard, Wendy Peppercorn, Billy Juliana, 8675309, Shanna 360, Alley Cake, Shanna 360, Peb W, Lanky Tor, Quinn B, Living It, as in living the dream, living it again, Kit Kat, Quinn B, M10, Renee H, Sleuthin Sandals 20 months, and Radar CP. Yeah, thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Another incredibly long day. I think that's 7 hours of streaming on a Saturday. How was your weekend? Yeah. That she was found and is at UAB Hospital. Okay. Yeah. I wonder what it's going to be. See, here's the thing. We probably won't hear about what happened to her for a while if it's something she did on her own. It'll be some sort of mental thing and people won't want to talk about it. If it's an actual abduction, there'll be a press conference and be on the lookout for this person or that person. All right. Thank you, Top Secret, to you. Anyways, for those of you who missed it earlier, I'm just going to show this. We'll never get to really show it again, so might as well do it now. So I did this whole thing where I took the video here, and let me get the full middle monitor. Just a second. Yeah. So right here, and I took out, when the light flashes? So see how it's flashing all the time, like ding, ding, ding. I took out the flashes, so I removed the frames that had any light. I missed on one of the frames, but one actual frame, I forgot it. But so here it is, and you can see it now. You can actually see her moving really easily. To watch. There's the door opening. She comes around. You see somebody moving there. It's really simple to see there. Right on the corner. Probably doing something in the back seat. Don't know, but it looks like she's got something like a backpack maybe. It's hard to tell, again, because it's pixelated. And I don't know if she's still right there. It looks like she's heading out and took a right. Okay, there. Wow, that actually was crazy. I could see it better. I think I see her head right into the woods. Let me do that again. That there. So look at right here. This is the spot the person was standing, right? Yeah, we know, Tammy. We know. You're not breaking news, okay? So watch this right here. Looks like something, if you watch it at real speed, let me go back. Watch this when I scroll back and forth. You see something moving to the right there? In dark. It's heading towards the woods. Now watch it when I play it from right here. You can actually sort of see it, and it kind of keeps going. It's hard to see it, but if you scrub it, you see the movement. So something goes towards the woods. It doesn't seem like there's somebody chasing somebody. Now the car is by itself blinking. There's nobody standing there anymore. She's gone. So anyways, thank you guys for trusting me to hang out and watch the coverage on the show today. Probably, I don't know if I'll, we might do an update or something on it tomorrow if there is something. We'll see, though. It could be anything. I'm just leaning towards it being something that she did herself, because no matter what angle you choose to pick here, there's always a counter that is like, yeah, wow, you know what I mean? That's why this is one of those, it's intriguing. It's a puzzle because it's hard to imagine. But what I said before is the thing that makes the most sense is if she literally just pulled up, just like in the Debbie Collier case, that she's the one that bought the equipment. She's the one that went to the store and bought it all. She goes, parks her car, goes down in the woods, and she's the one that killed herself. Okay. Now this is a case where here's the car, it pulls over, you look at it, you only see one person going around, there's no other cars there. The only way out of the area, because she didn't cross the highway, was through the woods, and likely she's still alive out there. So there you go. Right, I'm sure you do. Looks like she was lassoed. No, it doesn't. Where do these people come from? Yeah, it looks like she was found, and I guess we've heard in the chat is that she made it home, and then she was taken to a hospital. Okay. Oh, okay. So they didn't want everybody showing up to the Red Roof Inn. Okay. You know what? You're probably right there, Rare Diamond. That she really was at the Red Roof Inn. But if you didn't counter it, there'd be 1,000 people showing up with cameras, right? Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? That would make sense. The timing makes sense. Yeah. So, all right, you guys. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. Got to get out of here. 3 hours and 48 minutes. It's not unusual on this channel, but I thought it was pretty good all the way through. Really good callers. Liked them all. Even ones that didn't seem like they started off well, they ended well, so that was good. But Gray, you're so mean. They just found her. Yeah, we know. Yeah, it's funny how people show up and they act like they're sleuthing everybody. Yeah, like they find where's a live stream? Let me go in there. Hey. Yes, we're all happy about it. So WBRC and I called home. My brother talked to her mom. Let's see. And I called home. My brother talked to her mom and heard her too in the background crying with them. Oh, interesting. What do you think's going on there then, Ninny X Ninny? What do you think's going on? Do you think somebody abducted her, or did she leave willingly and maybe was abducted by the person that she was going to meet? Something like that. Now she could. Wait, do I still have it open, or what's going on? No, I've already closed the meeting. If she wants to call in, we could do it. News was posted 50 minutes ago, so police probably haven't even been able to interview her. I heard they found her. Oh, really? Hey, wow, we hadn't heard that yet, MK. Thanks. Wow, she's alive? Catch, clean, cook? Wow. Jesus, you're kidding me. Wow, really, CG? She's at the UA hospital? Look at all the... You guys see what I'm saying? Doesn't that drive you guys nuts? You know, it's weird. She came home alone at parents at 11 p.m. Where are you getting that, JJ? I wonder why she said toddler. I don't know. Pay attention. We knew that fit. Her brother knows why this case didn't get any publicity. It did, though. This case got a lot of publicity on social media and even on the news. Okay, so I think this case got a lot more publicity than a lot of other cases get of other, you know, like. It is true that the biggest cases, I mean, and almost every time are sort of like good-looking white people who go missing or murdered, something like that. But this is one I've never seen. I mean, for in the black community, this case is huge on social media. Okay, so this is what it should be like often. But here's the thing: is the reason this one's so big is because it's a puzzle. Like, oh my God, this is weird. And there's a lot of, you know, cases with white people that aren't interesting at all, and they don't get any coverage either, right? But the ones that really make the really big news are like Kylie Rodney, you know, Idaho 4 case, the murder, you know, it just goes on and on and on. And I've been covering true crime live for 5 or 6 years, and I can tell you right now, I've said this many times, that when we do the old cases in newspapers.com, if you have this little blonde girl, or a little girl even that was murdered that's Caucasian, man, there's 17 days in a row of newspaper articles, 3 articles a day. It's just boom, 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 and then it goes down to, like, you know, 4 times a week and then 3 times a week. If it's a black person, or let's just use that as an example. There might be a blurb on a page, and that is it, man. There is nothing else, even if it's the exact same scenario. Nothing, and that's just total bullshit. So hopefully, it looks like things are better, but it's still not. That's why there's a charity called Black and Missing, because they're saying, hey, you know, like, there's black people are missing too. We need extra funds because we're not getting anywhere near the coverage that other people get. Wow, really, Miss Harmony? She was found? Oh my God. Yeah, we know. We knew that 20 minutes ago. Thank you very much. Yeah, she was just found just a minute ago. And she's at the hospital, Daphne, so you might want to, you know, your theory is still intact. You know, see what happens. Don't know where she was for 2 days. But anyways, keep in mind what I just said. There's a massive disparity historically in the coverage of minority cases. And that's just, I didn't even realize it until I was covering cases, how little they put cases in the news. But of course, it doesn't sound like anybody's even interested in that topic. So anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Really appreciate it. And great news, she's been found safe and alive at home, and now went to the hospital apparently. And it's good stuff, you know, like, she's safe. That's good news. It's not bad news. It's not good news for the wacko true crime people that, ooh, I need murders and I need bad things. You know? I mean, most crimes are bad things, but it's good when they're not, right? If you don't think that way, then look in the mirror. Thank you. Really appreciate all of your support today. 2 very long shows. Yes, they found her. She showed up at home, apparently, Jeff. That's why you don't leave the show when we're doing them. You can't remove the flash, Patty. I just went through and manually removed them individually, like cutting a clip out all the way through. Yeah.
Gray is the only person I trust true crime. Hey, thanks, Lanky Tor. What's wrong with saying she... What do you mean? You said she's good looking. Yeah. So her case got attention because of that. Oh, well, maybe. It could be that. I mean, she is pretty, but I don't know if that's necessarily all it is. I think it sort of hit the news, and then the facts of the case are just really strange. She pulls over to help a kid and gets abducted while... See, I thought that sounded odd right when I heard it. Okay? But I looked at it like, okay, this could have happened. Maybe it was a lure. Then it just looks like, things don't look quite right here. So, anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Hit that like button on the way out, for God's sakes. And subscribe to the channel. It's actually, I would say, the best analytical true crime channel there is out there in the live streaming portion, certainly. Okay? If you want to get the sensationalism, this isn't the place for you. All right? So thank you very much. And until next time, everybody, be safe out there. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a... Wait, what? What are you saying wait for? I want to go. I want to get the hell out of here. No, I'm not going to do it live. I don't believe in that one. What are we doing? Did you already play the part of the press conference? I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. I had it earlier and I played it and I just... Wait, do I have it in here? No, that was a different case. Yeah, I don't see it anymore. I lost it. We'll play it. Maybe we'll play it tomorrow or something. But anyways, all right. See you guys later, and be safe out there.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now.
God, you're so mean.
And during this whole time, I have not seen one person.
She really is mean to you, Gray, isn't she? So demanding on you, Gray.
I'm a certified
human lie detector. I'm gonna get you, I'm a stretcher.
If you try and play me like an old projector, crime sector is my nectar.
Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture.
Crime collector, freak connector,
and I'm always
gonna be a pup protector.
Fool deflector,
interceptor,
and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector.
On his pector, with all respect, y'all.
Just remember,
I have a temple fucking check.
I have no agenda. I'm no pretender. And I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send you
on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody? Talk to you later.
Hey, Gray, I'm so excited they found Carlee! Yay!
Were you even following the case, Mary Lou? Hadn't heard your voice all day.
Well, no, I wasn't, but I saw that you were excited, so I thought, yay!
But you said it in a way that made it seem like you were watching and really paying attention and, you know, that kind of thing. It seems kind of fake, like when you cry all the time.
What do you mean, Gray?
What are you crying about this time?
Well, not much.
Aha! Busted. Busted again. You notice how you weren't crying right when I asked you why you're crying. You should have still been crying because it was right then, right? There's sort of a pause period. That's all.
Man, you're too analytical, Gray.
Oh, that's true. That's true. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for all the super chats and support today. Really appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. Midday, we'll probably be doing the Amber Heard being cross-examined again. It's going to be pretty good. All right, see you later. And be safe out there.
Goodbye, everybody. Jay.